music.
Oh.
What am I doing? Fuck.
Wait
Things.
a minute. Who are you?
Who are you? Oh, my cat's meowing. That's great. I love everything, you know? That's better. This is soon to become our new London.
At least it's not London.
It could be London.
Don't tempt me. I want to London you.
I have your address.
And
you know that, right?
so stop sending me funny pictures. I'm going to pass out. I'm trying to be serious. No, stop. No, it's fine. You can continue. You're a very funny man, a very hilarious man. In any case, I'm gonna keep his chat open because it's very funny. Yeah, it's the last one. Don't worry. Anyway, so hi guys. So at this point, I'm gonna say that we have a bit of a time jump since last session. I'm gonna do a brief recap because we have 2 people who were not here last session here, so might as well. Hayden, welcome to the anonymous, D&D players who were not here last session.
Absentees Anonymous. Hi, my name is Hayden, and I missed the last session of school. Hi, Hayden.
Hi, Hayden. So, okay, basically, what happened last session was not exactly much. They just remembered that, oh, we are now in Witherbloom, and thus we have access to the Witherbloom, library, where we might be able to learn more about, forbidden spells. The spells that maybe were the ones to drain the life power out of the body that was found at the Rose stage 20 years ago. And, well, they didn't learn much, but they were able to decipher that the writings, the runes that were, very similar in writing to the ones, in Witherbloom's books, and the ones in, the journal that is, owned by this frog person, they are actually decipherable. Yes, they're similar, not exactly the same, more sharp. But they are spells that can be actually cast. And Bake just so happened to cast one of the spells that was written inside of that notebook.
Which wasn't it was the kind of D&D move where the kind where the DM goes, you sure can try. You sure do it. Go ahead.
Oh no. No, I asked her worse. I asked her, are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, right.
I asked her, are you sure about that? And you don't want to.
Well, Bake was fine in the end, but yeah, this could have been
This could have. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys, this could have been another doll moment. You know, when you guys almost destroyed the school because of a gigantic doll? Yeah. This could have been on this level. So basically, Bake used a spell with disadvantage and still got, I think, a 17 or something with disadvantage. So that was pretty good. Because of this, she was, casting the spell, and just when she was basically, touching a desk to support her, and the desk, the wood of the desk started completely drying out, and suddenly she had more HP. Her HP pool just grew.
The maximum, yeah. Permanent.
Yeah. The permanent HP grew. So now she has more HP, which is pretty poggers. But we also rolled to see if they would get caught. Thankfully, none of them did, but they almost did.
Yeah, because Gracia was there and rolled bad, but also Gracia wasn't really there, so...
Yeah, Gracia wasn't really listening to the whole session, so I just said, you know what, never mind then. We're not gonna count that. So that's basically what happened last session. It was mostly just the discoveries over, the mystery of the Rose stage. But by the way, Songe, if you need like any like indication or anything like that, I can drop the lore anytime.
Don't mind me. I'm just listening. I'm just that one guy in the hidden listening to the adventurer doing shit.
No problem. I just imagine him just being one of the librarians in the in the background, just documenting the entire thing.
And then they went out to grab pizza and rolled a nat 1.
I keep writing notes like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you doing that?
Exactly.
did
You're like in that meme. Yeah, you're in that in that gif, where you're just walking in and then everything is on fire with your pizza, Oh man. But yeah, that's basically what happened last time. And for this session, it's now it's happening about a couple weeks later. We are near the end of September, and well, well, some things have happened, but like it's very monotone, It's like every single day kind of blends into one another. You finally got back into the grind of school, and different kinds of magical classes. Honestly, it's getting kind of stale, you went back to, talking with your friends. Some of you, I'm talking Hayden, Antares started having, Antares, has arranged a date. Well, not really a date, but kind of a date
like
with
visit.
Ronan. It's a visit. Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But other than that, honestly, not much has happened. You have some of your extracurriculars that has been going on. Of course, your usual activities with the drama guild and everything. Just honestly, it's shocking how banal it was. I'm going to have you guys roll just to see how you're doing in terms of your jobs, because who knows, maybe you're doing poorly or you're not. So please do roll like well, Antares, I would say a nature check. Meanwhile, Grace, you're going to do a medicine check.
Meds. That's a 10 total. That's fine.
Alright, I would say
I love
for
checks that I have advantage on.
Hell yeah.
17.
That's good. Okay, so Grace, first of all, basically, you didn't have many people to check in, at the clinic. You mostly had people to just, kind of, they scratched their knee or something like that. Maybe a bit of a burn, magical burn. So it was actually pretty easy. You just bandaged them up. It was a bit clumsy, but, you did your job, And so because of this, you get, your usual 5 golds from the hand of the very tired nurse.
Sweet.
As for Antares, you've been, trying to keep the, the landscape of the biblioplex to be as clean as possible, as usual, honestly. You've been trying to keep it, like, very arranged with the help of your comrade Ronan. My god, that's simp. So...
For real.
So, You two did a really nice job just going all around the biblioplex garden to, tend it. So it's just perfect, to the point where actually some of the Quendric students passed in and are like, this is perfectly symmetrical. Because of this, you're going to get 7 gold instead of 5 this time.
I got a raise for like one day, but it's still a raise.
You got a bonus.
It is. Bonus.
I got a tip.
Got a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip.
Just a tip.
We can't be talking about this on Dungeons and Dragons.
You mean to the double D?
On the SOA server?
Especially on the SOA server.
Our humor is ruined.
Oh god.
Okay, never mind. I kind of need lore right now.
Alright. See you around.
I'm gonna cry. Oh, man.
Man. Picture of a horse.
I love everything.
Bottom text.
Bottom text. You say that, but Songe actually sent me that picture, that exact picture, like an hour ago.
Did I?
You did. You sent me a picture of a horse with a caption "men."
It's Ruan.
Yeah, it's Ron. It's just that it's a meme we've used a lot in this group of friends, so it's very funny that you sent it to me.
Well then.
Yeah, it's just, you're built different. Anyway, so right now, after all of this, you are back to your scrivening and, scribology class, with a bit of everyone, because it's kind of the only class everyone is kind of sharing. And, you're just kind of chilling and everything. Maymoon Wind actually invited another professor to join in, the professor being Brenneth Blackstone, who, is just, doing his usual class, basically, just to, took over for the day. And you're learning about different kinds of runes and everything. Actually, I'm going to ask for a special roll. Can someone roll me a d4?
I'll do it.
Alright.
Alright, Hayden. Alright.
Uno.
Uno.
You can't make me
Alright,
draw
then.
3.
Uno reverse.
No. Wait, hold on. It's still the same color. I win.
Alright, so you guys basically are told to copy some kind of rune that Brenneth Blackstone has drawn, through the air because of Skywrite. He just, drew a gigantic one and is just, holding it and just kind of making it bigger and smaller and everything to, like, have people really look at the finest little details of it. And he requires that all of you, try to replicate it to the best of your ability. For this, you are placed in, different groups so that you can compare the way that you, picture those different magical formulas, and the way you interpret them and everything. So, you are put next to some random people. So, for some of you, actually, I would say that the placement is kind of unfortunate. As in, well, our dear friend, Grace, is kind of right next to a certain dwarf. I'm talking Greta Goran, who, if you remember her correctly,
She hates
not
orcs.
Yeah. She's kind of a racist cunt. So, it's not worse than Ronan, but the moment you sit right next to her, she just kind of, scoots the other way and just, she tries to avoid you to the best of her abilities. And you know what? The feeling's kind of mutual.
Dang.
So,
And as for you, Antares...
I wouldn't say Grace would scoot away, but she just, isn't bothered by it. Literally, as the description of -1 in relationship says, indifferent.
Indifferent. Yeah, I would say it's mutual in the sense of don't really want to have anything to do with each other.
Mhm.
It's just that Greta has an extra. Okay, it's probably
Greta
a good time to say.
initiated it.
Yeah, this is maybe the good time to say that some of you guys, the score that you have with some people, sometimes it's not totally accurate to the score I give them in terms of what they think of you.
Interesting.
Because I like to confuse people, Just because you might consider someone a friend doesn't mean that they consider you a friend.
Does this mean that Kawa might put up the front of -4 with Alan when he's actually at 7 or something?
God, no. That's a bit extreme.
Ninja kicking angel, babe.
Don't do it.
That's crazy accurate.
Turned her eye.
I hate this. Let me out.
I want to get out. Let me out.
Mama,
Context:
we get
the bully
sardines.
really likes the nerd. That's it. Context for Songe. the bully just really loves the nerd, and Nebel cannot cope with that.
I will not.
Enemies to love are great.
No,
Exactly.
he's an asshole. Well, okay. First, he needs to like get rid of his enemy status. You know.
Dang it, I don't have this image
right.
saved on my computer. Fucking,
Are you having
I
like
gotta-
a I can fix him moment right now?
Oh, it's such an I can fix him moment. Especially Antares. Antares is trying to date a racist. Like, it's so I can fix him. Like, Antares is like, a bunny person, and the first thing, like, he told her.
First thing he called me was a carrot muncher.
Yo, let's look at the early pins, because there's like 2 of them that are like, little bitch derogatory, heart emoji. Ronan, shut up, Antares, you like books. Literally from the first session.
I love this session so much.
I like that you needed to like precise with derogatory. It's like, yeah, some kind of it's very nice.
Yeah, little bitch derogatory heart emoji.
Yeah, I think the only way we were able to the only way I broke the racism slightly was by by calling him a slur as well.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn the room temperature up to where your plants are a little happier. And then I escaped the racism. GG,
I think
easy.
Actually, I think the way you escaped the racism was to ignore it. Like, every time he called you a slur, you were just like, aha!
I zoned out.
That's nice.
That's cool. Anyway.
The simping is winning. Anywho, and like I was saying, you're not much better because, oh boy, you come in, you're coming in Antares, and like you are told to sit, kind of next to Kia, for example, just example, huh? The thing is that Kia and Godiva has been like, trying to be like, yeah, but we would like to really sit right next to each other. And then they see you coming, and Godiva is just, glaring at you with all of her strength. And you just sit in between them. And, like the worst thing ever that could ever freaking happen to you, Like, let me out. Let me out.
I got to get out. Let me out.
Exactly, and you're just gonna awkwardly like shuffle between them as Godiva is staring you down, and Kia is also staring you down a bit less harshly because like you guys had some adventures going on, like with the drama guild. You actually heard that she might join the drama guild, which is kind of scary to you. So prepare thyself. That might happen. She's gonna steal all of your roles, dude. And basically, so you guys are just writing down, on the parchment and everything. Could you like roll me a you know what? A d20 in like, sleight of hand to see how well you're able to like replicate it.
5.
For my dice.
Damn.
Somewhere else. 1 second.
My dice are not being nice.
That's
And
a
you're
12.
the new one.
Um,
You're supposed to be nice to me. No, wait.
That was kind of mediocre.
No.
I got 12.
Okay, yep.
Well, that's better than Grace over here. Look at this loser.
Yeah, I also rolled a nat 1 in my class. Like in the
Yeah.
in the
in the thread RP, yeah. You just really suck, and I love you for that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Grace is not a good student in terms of like accomplishments. She ain't smart.
It's gonna be
She's got a -2 intelligence.
it's gonna be funny because I'm gonna like introduce a system very soon that like gives you points like depending on like what your character is good at. If they're book smart or if they're like more like oriented towards extracurriculars and stuff.
Baller.
So that's really baller. Like I just feel like Grace would have nothing in that, like no book smart, like
Yeah.
head empty.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
a fu-
no.
Yeah.
It's that
Grace
one
has
scene
muscles.
from SpongeBob where it's like, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Milkstone.
Yep.
She has, you know, she has big muscles and she has a big heart and big
Yeah.
arms that are ready to love.
What a kind of mediocre brain.
Oh, very mediocre brain. But like we love her for that, you know. Like
You don't need a
Man.
brain when you got big arms to hug friends.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
she's so
Well-
French shaped.
Mainly, the arms are mainly for protecting the friends from danger. I mean hugs too,
Yeah.
but protecting them more important.
The hugs are great. The hugs
She's
are
the
great.
tank.
I can't wait for you to actually date Quintilia so I can draw ship art of you two. I'm just over here, just waiting for that to happen. Hi. Anyways, meanwhile,
She
you
can
know, like,
carry him. She can carry him bridal style.
Bridal carry!
Yay!
Yeah!
yes.
I'm gonna be honest, that's actually my... Now that I'm actually in a relationship, that's my main motivation to work out. Bridal carry. Deadass. No, it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
weird because my significant other is vastly stronger than me because she works on a farm and has to carry like 150 pounds of feed.
That's so cool. Actually.
So yeah,
Like Stardew Valley
Strong
IRL,
woman.
mate. I'm just saying.
ballin'.
Strong women are great. But like actually talking about that, hey Grace, that's what you have on your mind. Not strong women. I mean, possibly strong women. I don't know. I don't judge you. But yeah, you got them burgers on your mind. So because of this,
No, it's
What?
sleight of hand. She's just
yeah,
bad at
you're a
copying.
bit distracted. And you just don't know how to steady your hand perfectly, you know? Because, like, holding pencil, it's hard, sad emoji.
It's
so-
hard holding a pencil every day.
I know, right? It's better to, like, have a dagger to slice your enemy's throats with. So, you just kind of, you know, scribble a little bit, you know? And your hand kind of just, it goes sideways. You're very lucky to not have a nat one. And you just... It just looks like shit, honestly. I'm very sorry. Like, you have at some point one of the professors that look, you know, Blackstone, he just kind of looks over and it's just, oh, I better like next time. Like, just under his breath. Oh,
Can I try again?
I would, yeah, you absolutely can. Like, he's just, you know, man. There's nothing to save here.
Bad.
God damn.
Yeah, roll
Drawing
again.
bad.
Roll again.
Drawing gay.
I'm trying my best.
I wouldn't know.
I'm not trying my best. This is worse. How did you roll? 3 plus 1. So, yeah, I literally got worse. It just got
You
worse.
rolled a
It
you
just
rolled a
gets
3?
worse.
Wait, did you roll a nat 3 or nat 1?
Nat 3.
Okay.
3 plus 1. Before it was a 4 plus 1.
I'll be rolling a die myself because I want
Oh.
to know if I make drama happen.
Oh, 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 I get it. Go ahead, give me the drama.
Oh yes, I'm giving you the drama. Oh yes, because you know it's just like Klim says. You know, no matter what the die say, it's always a natural 20 with me.
What?
You'll see.
Oh no.
So
Or what the skull.
basically, so you know you're very decided. So you go back and you take your pen, you dip it back into the ink, and it just like you know you kind of like you know usually you're meant to like tap it very very kindly, you know, like on the bridge, you know, to like have the ink kind of get out, you know. You can't fucking control your strength, Grace.
I mean, sort
So-
of, but sometimes it's just, you know, sometimes you're just a little
Sometimes
too
it's
stumped.
hard. So you tap it a little bit, and you're like, there's not enough ink in there. So you put it back in, kind of forcefully, and you tap it a bit too strongly, and you bend your pen, actually, you know, the tip of your pen. You bend it, but like you bend it so forcefully that suddenly a bit of the ink that was in there actually kind of splashes, and you very awkwardly look to your right.
Oh no.
And some of the magical ink actually ended up on your partner.
This feels a lot like a
Oh,
nat 1.
No. Oh no, it's worse with the nat 1. Oh, trust me.
Oh, that one, you like
be-
spill the whole thing, everyone gets dirty, everything goes to shit.
The
Yeah, that's
doll
actually what
comes
happened
back.
to Zenth. Yeah, that's a Zenther number 2.
Yeah.
That's a new Zenther right there. Like, holy shit. Putain songe. Bravo.
Let me out.
Let me out. Yeah, Maxim just sending me the best thing ever. Like, wow. Thank you, Maxim. Anyways. So, you just look, you look to the side and yeah, Greta is not happy. You can really say that. And she's kind of fuming. And the thing is that, this is magic ink. It is magic ink. So, it's kind of like, fuming and everything, slightly disappearing or something. And you just see that one side of her face actually started becoming slightly invisible, which looks super freaky.
It just isn't natural.
Yeah, it's Nebelin. But it's
Grace says sorry.
You better be. And she just, like, honestly, she's about to throw hands, like, for realsies.
Oh dear.
But thankfully, Blackheart actually, Blackstone stops her, just, snaps his hand, his fingers, and then she's kind of like, stuck in time, if you will, and she does not move.
Dude just used Zawaru though.
He kind of used Zawarudo, yeah, because he's just that cool. So he just kind of says, Miss Gurren, that is enough. If you could please go back to whatever you were doing. Of course, you may go and use the restroom to go clean your face. But that is about all. Please do not disturb this class more than you have. As for you, Miss with spells, well, I hope that you actually one day learn to use the pen. That would be quite useful in your line of work. Well, unless you decide to become a doctor, then I think that you have chosen the right way.
I mean, she is there's a healer. No.
Antares is
She didn't
just
say anything.
mutters under her breath. Rude.
Yeah, Grace
What's
just
rude
frowns.
is your face. Yeah. Yes. What did you say, Nebel? Sorry.
Grace just frowns. Like,
He frowns back because he just has a natural bitch face. This guy looks like Snape. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, great!
Harry Potter.
Snape.
Harry Potter.
Ronald Weasley.
Like, yeah, he just kind of, pinches his nose and just, goes back down the stairs. Meanwhile, Antares, so you rolled a 12, right?
Yes.
But by the way, I'm going to change our relationship with Grace. By the way, you take a -2 with Greta.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, listen, she hates orcs.
I guess.
Racism.
She's on the same level
Racism.
as Harold.
That's very funny considering.
Yeah.
Anywho.
But Callum is even further down.
Yeah, because you decided that he was your arch nemesis, like, right away.
Evil.
We haven't interacted in a while, but I still don't like him.
I really wonder where he is, huh? I really wonder where he is.
Don't.
It's not. I
Next
love
thing you
too,
know, you
Boo.
see Callum going through the fast travel.
That'd be so fun. No!
Wait, how are
They're
you
not
over
that far
here?
in the relationship.
Alan showed me.
Alan showed you?
Yeah, he showed me
my
this route.
Showed you his...
Yeah, he showed me that D.
No,
Oh. Same
I
hat.
wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
He showed me that Boosie. Let's go.
Oh.
I hate
Alan
myself.
Pussy.
Alan Boosie.
Is this what happens when we don't have Gracia here? Or Tagger here? Or any other responsible
Yes.
person here?
This is when we don't have people.
Yeah. That's people. Yeah,
People.
that's also what people rude. Anyway. I think it's even funnier considering that we have someone who does not know what the fuck is going on. It makes everything funnier somehow. Like I am absolutely...
Imagine you're going through school, or like you're on the Nebel Panda gaming channel. She accidentally uploads the video as an actual video instead of being unlisted. You're like, oh, neat, Nebel Panda just uploaded a video. And then you're dropped into this, you have no idea what's going on. I think that's what's happening here.
It kind of is. Either way, so yeah, everything is sort of fine. Like, you know, of course now you don't really see the drawing that well because, you know, now he moved a little bit, you know. But, you know, it takes you quite some time, especially since you're trying to be very steady. But you're able to, like, do the circle quite well, considering that you don't really have a compass, honestly.
Yeah.
But then it comes a second circle, and you're a bit struggling. But honestly, like, you're a very diligent student, so after, it just takes you a very long time. And you're able, like, you're about to, like, you know, go into the little nitty-gritty details of it all. Dexterity check. Like, right now.
Fucking, okay. Just a check?
Check. Oh, saving throw, actually. Do me a saving throw.
Okay. I rolled a 14 earlier. It's the same modifier for the check.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Can I just use that instead?
What did you roll?
The last one?
Yeah.
5. Can I use my 14, please? It's really only like the automator. It's still the same.
Well, you rolled
the same bonus.
14 first. And like, yeah, the modifier is still the same, so I'd say the 14 counts.
I also have lucky
Alright.
footwork for dex saves. So
Sure.
do you roll it as
you
a fail?
have
The 14?
Well, it is the same DC.
But does that rule as a fail? Because if it does, then I can use lucky footwork and it's a success.
I would say it's a bit on the fence, honestly. I'm gonna say that it's a bit of, you know, this very weird Schrödinger moment where it's kind of both. So
it is a failure and a success.
So basically, you suddenly feel like your elbow is being kind of knocked over. You don't really like notice who it is, but like, I mean, there's only two possibilities really. So
Both are likely
your
possible.
elbow is kind of knocked, and you're like, ugh, and you make kind of a mistake, and you're like, oh shit, and you write something that is completely different to what, you know, all of this is meant to do. And the spell kind of, you know, like the circle, you know, the rune that you were, you know, copying suddenly kind of activates, and you're like, oh no, not again. And like, you're going through like everything in your life that has led you to this very exact moment, because you don't freaking know what this rune can do. You have no idea. It could literally be, I don't know, a fire spell that absolutely burns your eyebrows off or something like that. Even though you don't really have eyebrows.
Imagine thinking eyebrows are the biggest problem when you're entirely made of hair. Flammable hair.
Naked Antares. No.
But yeah, then like fucking My entire life is flashing before my eyes, right?
Yes.
I wonder if it would be appropriate to make a really quick quip. Wait, he likes me?
And as you say this, roll me a d100.
Oh
God, wild magic!
Oh,
Let's
God!
go! That is a 12.
Well.
Oh, I think I heard your knuckles crack there. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I cracked my
Aw.
knuckles, yes. I did crack my knuckles.
No.
Oh my god. Alright, roll a d10. Come on, do it. Roll a d10.
Oh no.
Seven.
Well. Suddenly, you know, you're like, oh, he likes me! And then suddenly, you kind of, like, your vision kind of lowers and everything, and at this point, you know, the way you look is kind of like, you look at the level of the table. You kind of look around you, and everyone is just looking at you, just kind of shocked. Like, and you look down around you, and you realize, you just shrunk 7 inches.
Permanently?
Maybe.
Oh dear.
Antares is 2'11". She's under the 3-foot boundary. Ah!
You know, if it had been an even number, she would have grown. Unfortunately,
God damn.
small Antares.
Oh no.
Help me!
Help! Send help!
Godiva is laughing to herself like, just a little tiny bit more and you could fit into a doll store. Although, who would buy such an ugly doll?
Antares bites her ankle.
I don't think you're small enough to do that, though.
Kneecap. Take it or leave it.
Kinky, sure. roll for attack, like, you know, like strength.
Unarmed
What?
strike.
Unarmed strike?
Ah!
Nat 1.
Yeah. It was on the 19. I could have gotten a dirty 20. This is bullshit. I'm never using D&D Beyond dice for the rest of the session.
Oh my god.
Couldn't have done any
Oh,
damage anyway.
we're having fun this session. Oh. I love RPing classes. Oh my god. This is so chaotic. I love using wild magic. So, not one you said.
Yeah. Not one.
I'm consulting with myself to know how I handle this.
How do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this? So, Godiva, Godiva sees, what you're doing, and she, kind of slaps you away and is like, oh my god! Mr. Blackstone! And he just kind of, comes over and just, she tried to attack me! And meanwhile, you were like kind of yeeted on the side and everything, and you knock over the ink, the little ink pot that was right there.
Oh.
There, right there.
Kill me. Just kill me
Where
now.
does it spill? How does it spill?
It falls over and it spills all over the floor. And I want to remind everyone that we are in an amphitheater, okay? So it spills all over the little, the steps, little by little. And eventually, though, thankfully for this time, we are not in incumbency, meaning that eventually it runs out. Meanwhile, in incumbency, it probably would have been infinite ink.
Oh no.
Here, it runs out. And a lot of very special effects happen. Guys, everyone, run me a G100.
God damn! Oh.
Everyone. Only two.
Everyone are 2 people.
Yeah, 2 people.
Where's my other D? Where's my D10? Where's the matching one? Ah, fuck! Keep dropping my
I'll roll
dice
for
on the
Songe.
floor.
You know what? I will roll for Songe.
70.
70, and I got a 77. So 70 and 77. All right then. Just like Greta, all of a sudden, a bunch of people just, are just like, and they turn invisible. And then suddenly you see other people that are just, like all around, and some people just suddenly like are just, and they turn into sheep, and they turn into, like snakes, and then they turn into eagles, and
Does anything happen to Grace?
roll dexterity save.
Dear Lord. Okay, you know what? That's a dirty 20. So, yay.
Oh no, you like instinctively, like you see this black stuff coming, and you're like, Hellish bomb, and you instinctively you just jump on your table.
PTSD.
PTSD. So you jump on your table. Like a lot of people that are under, the desk of, Antares get touched by it. Godiva and Kia do not get touched because they're on the same level or stuff like that. But yeah, tons of people are just turned into random animals. Thank you, Polymorph. And thankfully, it does not really last that long. It just, there's a ton of people just turning into sheep and random animals. And then, the professor, is just, well, that's enough. And he just kind of collapses. And thankfully, a lot of students just kind of return to normal. It's not the case for everyone, so he just collapses again. And thankfully, the ink kind of disappears.
Fly above 3 foot again.
He comes closer and just looks down at you. You're not yet turned back, but you will, don't worry. And he just, looks down at you and is, well, thank you, Miss Kovalev, for telling me. Well, so, Miss Antares Powell, well, I see that we have a lot of troubles coming from this Coddle group this time around.
Well, one of these people touched my arm.
Well, really, is that the case? And, of course, Godiva is absolutely, like, innocent looking, I mean, as much as a tiefling who looks like a devil can, Well, I don't know, but Godiva has always been a very good student in my class.
But she has it
So
out for
I
me.
am more. Oh, really? Really? Well, I'll
The moment it went
try to-
haywire, she decided to mock me.
Uh-huh. Well, how unfortunate that she was not the one to spill this priceless magic ink over the entire floor. I hope you can pay for it, Miss Powell.
How much will it be?
25 gold pieces.
Antares
At
just lays it
least.
in the teacher's hand.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. I shall then replace this very briefly. However, for the chaos you have done on this class, I'm afraid you will have to see me in the detention bog very soon. And he turns around and just goes, down the stairs, avoiding the remnants of the ink. The other students are like, oh, just looking at everyone, just oohing and just stuff. Oh, before I forget. And then you're back to your 3 foot height,
God.
Boop. Oh my god. May Moonwind, the normal professor, she's just looking like, oh dear, I can't believe all of this may have happened on my watch. Oh, well, I'm very sorry, Brenneth. Oh, I swear, they're such dears. Well, I saw that. Well, thank you very much for, well, introducing me to your students. I must say I did not exactly look forward to working with some of them. But thank you very much for inviting me. And with that, I think it is time for us to conclude this, little lesson, if you will. He once more, claps, but this time just, disappears, with all of his belongings. And you have Maymoon Win just being like, oh, well, I hope you are all alright, and that the transformation and invisibility was not too much. Oh. Oh, and she looks very sorry to Antares because Antares, she's a good student, Like she's known her for 2 years now. Like, well, I'm very sorry, dear, but I suppose you'll have to go to the detention bog. He's a bit strict like that. But thank you for paying for the inkwell. Those are so expensive and we don't get nearly the resources sometimes. Alright, well everyone, it's time to leave now. We'll see you around very, very soon. And some people are snickering and just going out. Some people are like, "Wow, I was an eagle!" Well, while leaving. That was probably Journey, honestly. Like, he was just, "Oh, I could fly!" Like,
who needs legs anymore, right, guys?
Right?
Guys? Guys?
Guys? Why are you sad?
Stop making me sad, Nebel! I will regret till the day I die. I will regret making Journey a paraplegic. Like, I'm so sad for him. I mean, he's not paraplegic technically. He can use his arms, but he is paralyzed from the waist down.
Quadriplegic. Pretty sure it's the term.
Quadriplegic.
Yeah, quadriplegic is when you can't use arms and legs. Paraplegic is just the legs.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. I used the right term.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone kind of gets out of their seat. Godiva is still, kind of just, and gets up and is just, well, it was so honestly to be expected. After all, you might have been the favorite from our Meister, but you know nothing about true magical knowledges. And she just buggers off before you can say anything. With
Bitch.
Kia right next to her, just laughing along. -1 with Godiva and Kia. Oh man. That was a good class, wasn't it? Oh man, we had fun.
Everything went wrong.
I love that. I was waiting for Nat 1 to have the inkwell break. Because I'm a bitch like that. Anyways, so you guys come out and oh my god, that was a class.
Yeah. Man.
So at this point, you guys kind of come out and you're kind of tired and everything. What do you guys want to do right now? You're just fresh out of class.
I want to go to my dorm and hide.
Yeah.
Same for you, Nebel. You want to go to
Well,
your dorm and hide?
No, not specifically that.
I want to die, so I'm going home.
We got any updates on the quest board?
Yeah, kind of. Oh ho ho. Well, there's not a whole lot of things, but when you do go to the to the board, you're checking around a little bit. There is of course still the thing about help in the kitchen, though it seems to be a new one. Cafeteria needing help with dinner and stuff. There is the dual guild that is trying to look for opponents there, and there is some other thing that you can see about an art gallery, kind of. But like you're kind of stopped from like reading much more into any of that by one of your teachers, actually, Nebel, like Grace, that actually you met very shortly. It is your teacher from Shelter from the Storm, actually. Yeah, that teacher. Yeah, it is a Bildra for I'm. So she's a dwarf who has very poofy like brown hair, and she, has it kind of tied in a kind of very weird way. She has gigantic goggles that like hang around her neck, and just a normal, Quendrix kind of inspired uniform for professors. And she was trying to like put on the board something herself. And she sees you, looking at the board and is like, are you interested in anything there?
Perhaps.
Oh, great. Well, if you ever need anything, since you're there, I'm just gonna say, I was thinking of opening up, some kind of architectural, office there. It's on the Quendrix grounds. So, if you need anything, to change out your dorm, you might want to head out there. Of course, don't click on your homework. And she just kind of nods in your direction, Grace. Because, oh man. Yeah, I did see a zone out, but I guess a lot of students do that nowadays.
Sorry.
Well, now I'm quite used to it. But next time there'll be a bit more agitation, a lot more practical skills going on. Hopefully. So if you need anything, that is to change out your dorm, we have a lot of different kinds of upgrades we can offer. Of course, to a FT price, we don't work for free. I mean, honestly, if Ronan was there, he would make a comment about the fact that she's a dwarf. That makes sense. But, he's not there. We're not going to be racist now, are we? So she just kind of leaves that there, and then just stops in there. It's like, oh, by the, well, I was actually just thinking of having, suggestions for, upgrades being put into, well, the box there. So if you ever, like, check out there, just maybe think a little bit about what things you would like for your dorm to be enhanced, And she just kind of leaves. Hi, welcome. This was the least natural way to introduce a mechanic ever. Because I wanted to introduce it, in the, in the thread, but we didn't have time to do that.
Yeah.
So, the thread is in the past.
Cool.
Oh. Anywho. So yeah, it's like they are still now. There's this thing that is on the wall now about the architecture thing. But yeah, the other ones are basically just dual opponents for the dual guild, and helping in the kitchen.
Okay. I think I'll check out the upgrades. Maybe first, like, going to Ravelith and telling him about that. Like, we can shop together.
Oh, to choose for like the stuff.
Well, we
Heck
share
yeah.
dorms, so.
True. The beauty of these dorms is that since they're kind of divided into two, the cool thing is that whenever you change like roommates, if you change roommates, you can just kind of, it just kind of slides together.
Cool.
Like, it's magic.
I'm not changing it though. I'm keeping my boy.
You're
I'm
keeping
keeping
the
him
bo-
forever.
Yeah, because you fear who will be there if you don't.
True. And also, he will fear who will be there. We both mutually
What?
fear.
You live both in fear. It's great. I love it. Yeah. So
And to think
basically,
that our relationship started off at a -1.
it did, and I think that just proves that you can turn around your relationships whenever you want, really.
Yeah.
But you gotta put a bit of effort into it. That's the thing. I was actually thinking at some point to absolutely take over your, your relationship stuffs. To like be the only one being able to see it. Like at first, you see kind of where you are with the relationship, but then I just take that shit away from you. I will not tell you where you are in your relationship. You will not know.
What?
Only I will know.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, maybe you will only know that you're friends with someone maybe if I tell you. Perhaps. And friend boons or even banes, actually. I think I would not even tell you what your banes are until you actually activate them.
Oh dear.
That would be very funny. I'm just saying. So, be very happy that you have stuff right now. Anyway. I wish I had more music right now. I'm gonna see if I can find more in the D&D music thing because bruh, we've been listening to this for a while because I did not change music at all because I'm stupid like that, Anyway, so as you actually want to like find Raveleth, you always find him, He's always kind of, hanging out around the the pots, around there. And whenever you want to see him, he just kind of appears because, he's always there, man. Always watching. I'll be watching you. So he just pops out of a tree, as he usually does,
Hmm. Hi.
For changes a bit. So yeah, he pops out of a tree like he usually does with his best friend, Peaches, right next to him. And when Peaches sees you, of course, starts like ruffling, in your hair and everything, having her little feathers that are themselves, purple, just kind of ruffling in there, just. And then she just kind of returns on Revelith, who just kind of chuckles at seeing that Peaches is so friendly with the others, By the way, going to stream. Okay, no problem. I was about to say that Antares can be here, but sure.
Well,
Never mind. She's there somewhere.
she can come with like when she gets back. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, he just kind of nods at you, like in greetings, and then just kind of says, "Are you alright? What happened in class, earlier?"
Just got it wrong, I guess.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't, sit right next to you, and we were kind of assigned seats, and it was also very stressful for me. But I guess I got to know what it felt like to be a bird, so that was actually nice.
He turned into a bird.
He kind of, the tip of his ears kind of flushes a little bit, because he feels kind of flustered to admit that he enjoyed being a bird. He enjoyed it.
He wants to be a bird.
He wants to be a bird when he grows up.
He could multi-class as a druid.
He could. He probably won't because he's more of a ranger rogue kind of person. But yeah, like I could really understand better Peaches and stuff. I mean, it lasted only 5 seconds, but it was fun while it lasted. did you want to go, like, maybe somewhere? I don't know. I didn't really listen in.
Well, I got word that there's something where we can get, one of the teachers said we could get upgrades for our dorm. I don't know what that means, but we could take a look.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I don't exactly know what that means either, but... So I think I did hear that during her last class. Though, I guess I think she introduced what she meant. Like, some things that could make her life easier, I think. But, I mean... he doesn't want to say it's because you did not listen during the last lesson, but it's absolutely what he's trying to say. Anyways,
Yeah,
so you guys are...
We moving.
Yeah, you guys are going. And thank God for all of those little, little roads and streets that our friend Alan has, taught you. Because you're able to get there with not too much trouble, honestly. It's pretty quick. Pretty quick. And you find yourself in front of a quite big building, but like every single building in Strixhaven, I kind of like that, with, a kind of a pristine white, facade and everything. Like it looks completely, in white stone, with a very thin-looking door that just kind of expands whenever someone just comes in that is a bit too big or too small or something like that. And then, of course, the inside is way bigger than how it looks like from the outside. Just, standard Strixhaven stuff, It has a bit of a, blue door with a blue little roof and the start of a little watercolor pancart, like a, sign in front of it. And when you open it, it's a little jingle. It's still kind of bare bones on the inside. After all, it is just the start. And you find inside. You do not find the professor actually, because the professor is probably busy doing lessons and stuff, But you do find like an apprentice who is like a gnome, and he's kind of struggling to like put down like a bit of a. Like he's struggling to go put away all his stuff and everything. The desk is like right at his size, so that he doesn't have to, put himself on a stool or anything like that. That's the cool perks of having a boss who is a dwarf, I guess. But you're still towering over him, and he seems very nervous. He's kind of young and everything. He's like, hello. He just readjusts like his kind of big round glasses, and his kind of beanie looking hat. Hi, what can I do for you?
We just wanted to have a look around.
Around, like, where?
We heard about these things, where we can do something with our dorms.
Oh, yeah, of course the dorms one. What was I thinking? Like, he had legitimately, like, when he said where, he had started taking out a map of the entire campus. and then Arcavios, and he was very concerned. And the moment you said campus, he was the dorms, of course. And he just closed everything, then reopened the map, on about the campus. All right. Yes. You came here because of the notice board, right?
Right. Hey.
Yes, Bill tried to tell me about that. Hi,
Antares. We're
Hayden.
shopping for dorm room upgrades. You could be here too.
Yeah, and you can be here. Absolutely, please be here. Please be here.
Get over here.
It can be useful for you. Get over here. Ah! You typing? He typing? You're forgetting about the whole "I want to die, so I'm going home" thing. Yeah, but you can go. You can, want to die and go to shop for really cool updates, so that you then can die in a bed that is super comfortable.
Maybe Ronan heard about it and he's dragging you along, actually.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Ronan would not want because actually remember Ronan, his roommate is currently someone from his tribe. He would love to have something like a wall to separate them.
Oh yeah, he's not. I forgot he's not roommates with. Okay, I forgot she's not roommates with Ronan anymore. Whoops.
Yeah. Who the hell is her roommate again? I don't remember.
Funny Skelly Man.
Oh yeah!
Oh, the Skelly Man!
Tristan!
Yeah, it's Tristan. I love Tristan so much. Like, bro. Tristan's amazing. This Skelly Man.
Wow.
He's amazing.
Friends!
Friends! I'm stuck!
Brother! The human will never solve my puzzle!
I love him so much. I love how he's so not like the typical skeleton, but he's also completely the typical skeleton. Like, he sucks so hard. I love him. Bones. Anywho. I mean, you can come along to just listen in and stuff. Like, just to make it more convenient so that, things. It's just so that, you're not, not RPing. That's mostly it. Anyway. Yes, of course. What was I thinking? I told Brita that we couldn't have, like, right away, like, things coming out, but sure. Anyway, so we have, 1 second. And he kind of comes over and just, he's ruffling through files. Not here, not... Why do we have this file? So embarrassing. Yeah, I know. But also, you'll be bored. And then, he takes out finally, like, something and he's like, alright. So, here are some of the current upgrades we do propose. Although, please do leave, like, suggestions maybe in the boxes right at the entrance. We just opened the office and it's a bit of a mess and we might need a bit of help around here for, like, to clean up. There are a bunch of rats in the bathroom, but, like, I don't really want to touch these because, I'm a bit of a germaphobe and stuff, so, like, yeah. Anyway, so can you please just look at that, please? And he just puts it in front of you. And there are a bunch of things you can do. Wow. Like, I have a list. A list? Yes,
Drop
a list
it.
of all the things I've made. I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. Boop.
Boop.
Please post. Please post.
Okay, can't afford the keys yet. Comfy bed.
Yeah, the keys are very
frame to
expensive
restore
because,
you.
my god, they're OP.
Exhaustion from exams. I guess maybe. Bulletin board. That's a good one. A door hole.
It's
from
a good one
which
because it... You know what it means? Like, in server, you know what it means with the bulletin board? It means I'm going to post it in a thread.
Yeah!
Like, it's actually practical.
Alright, door hold from which a new paper in the Strixhaven. Getting updates on the Strixhaven star.
Yeah, and it's gonna make it so much cheaper than just buying the star every time you want to hear news.
Comfy nest for your familiar. Ooh. Higher AC and more HP. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. An at-home mini alchemy lab. Okay. Interior small garden. Oh, to keep potion ingredients. Okay. That's
I mean, you can also
nifty.
put anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can put anything you want, but like, except trees, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you can put pretty much anything you want. And if you choose anything about the alchemy lab or the ingredients thing, it means I'm going to like implement, the alchemy system that I tried to implement through, your last exam at the end of the year of year 1.
Mm.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually implemented, and you will have a list of like how it works and shit. Schisms.
Okay, I'm gonna for myself make like
Again, like you can actually propose things to be added. It's just the things I thought about like before the session started. I'm gonna be so real.
I'm gonna italics the stuff that I can't afford. Just for myself.
I'm kind of glad that it was Hayden who like bought like that actually had to like give the money for like for like the inkwell, because he had like 58 gold.
Oh.
He could have bought these if I had not done the
Noted.
the schism.
Yeah, I could have bought the keys to go to my dorm and just be like, no.
Go and die.
Ooh, I could get.
By the way, when I say any keyhole, I mean any keyhole. You can put it in a chest.
Just crawls into a chest and dies.
You can also just
Me.
like dump shit into the chest, and it will like transport it, dump it into your dorm.
Dorm of holding!
Get 2 of these, but also, well, it does take up a lot of money.
It does, but okay, basically what I did is that I calculated how much you guys can gain money over the course of a year, which is around, if you work every week, it's about 300 gold per person.
Okay, so if we, for example, if I get the nest for the familiar, can Helor and Peaches share it? Or is it like...
Sure,
Cool.
They can.
I mean, Peaches is gonna
Also-
stay around Ravelith, but like, I mean...
Also, by the way, guys, don't forget to go buy treats for your familiars, because they can actually give bonuses. I think what I'm gonna have to do is that I'm gonna make a list of all the things you can buy at the different stores, so that you guys are more compelled to go buy the stuff, because you can get some really cool stuff actually, like new wands that have like new spells, added to them, or well, treats for your familiars so they like you more and so they do more stuff. So that you use more your familiars.
Speaking of familiar,
Yes.
you know what? Roll a perception check.
Me?
You, Nebel.
What? Oh, what? Okay.
Nebel, okay.
Nat 20?
Oh, you definitely see her. Antares is just staring at the nest, the sort of nest thing.
Oh.
Well, Grace is also eyeing it.
She also brought Say with her, and Say is doing what Say does best. Staring, just glaring dead at Antares.
Okay, I think,
I've hired this bird to stare at you.
for Owl's sake, I will buy the bulletin board and the familiar nest.
Alright.
I'm
The bulletin board is gonna be, everyone will have access to the bulletin board because, first of all, we don't have the ability to make private threads on this server, unfortunately. Which is very unfortunate.
I mean, well,
But-
if there's a quest we want to do, like, I'm gonna bring you the quest, like, yeah.
Yeah,
We speak,
anyway.
we talk.
So, yeah, I'll create a thread after the session is done to, like, put it there. Alright. So, bulletin board upgrade. Acquired. I'm just writing it for myself, and you can write it for yourself a note saying that you have the bed for familiars.
Oh, there goes my money. Like, okay,
And that happens.
okay, I had a lot of it. I think I actually had like up to 60 something gold,
Yeah.
but I removed like a bunch of it at the start of the year, just like RP wise, because I would have given a lot of it to my mom during the holidays. So
Yeah, I was
nerfed
wondering why
myself.
you didn't have that much money, honestly.
I nerfed myself.
You did. You did. Hayden, are you buying anything?
Yes, I'm buying the nest.
Buying the nest. Everyone is buying the nest. Everyone is getting the nest. Let's go. Hell yeah. Buying nests. Okay.
5 gold pieces. That's 50 gold pieces today down the sinker.
I mean, the 25 are not down the sink, technically. Now, it's, it's for your little familiar. Little burb.
Oh, burb. That stares at me.
Despite it not having eyes.
Its eyes
I
are
think
covered
that's
by
the
the
funny
bell.
part.
It's just like
Bell.
looking in your general direction. Deadpan.
I think that's beautiful.
You
All
bring
right,
it a
so,
treat,
yeah,
it eats the treat,
the-
and then it just goes back to staring at you.
The guy
Ronan.
accepts your money,
Ronan
He's
bird.
just, he's just like, oh, thank you for all this. I will write all of your names down. Very quickly. What are your names? I'm sorry. I
Antares
don't know
Powell.
names. Antares Powell.
Graced with spells.
With spells, and who's the gentleman over here? He does not say anything. He's currently
Alright,
in
I'll-
panic.
I'll say Ravelous Silkarod.
Alright, Ravel, that's current. No problem. Alright, yeah, probably won't make it to Silkra. Good thing shut up. Anyway, anyway, thank you. Thank you for your, that, and we'll arrange this as fast as possible. Yeah. Thanks. Come back soon? Like, the question mark is so here.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe. You kind of,
Antares heads straight
get
back to the dorm.
you head out, and everyone, do me a perception check, actually.
Oh, damn it. I'm not gonna be able to get back to the dorm now that I left.
9.
I don't like the silence.
I'm adding the D4. Can I add the
Okay.
D4?
Sure.
No, I'm asking this if I even have the D4. I don't think I do. Okay, that's just the 13 then.
Yeah, what good enough, honestly. Good enough.
Yay. I'm the gamer boy. I'm the one who wins.
You are.
Except for
Interesting,
earlier today, that was a massive L.
It was such an L. Everyone got an L during this beginning, honestly. So, you guys all come out of the small shop. And, you try to go back to the dorm the same way you came, through the small little roads and everything. Grace, you're kind of just chatting. And by that I mean, you're in total silence with Raveleth.
Yeah,
But, like
the
the way
usual.
you guys look at each other, or the way, like you guys communicate, but silently,
Telepathy.
kind of,
go.
but not really. Although you could do that technically, because you do have message, or like a lower version of message at least.
Mini message.
And Antares, you're following behind a little bit, but you kind of feel like you're being watched for something. Like they're obviously not looking at you, and when you look around, no one is looking at you. You're like alone with your friends on the street, like on the very small streets. You kind of move around, and you have this kind of feeling of anxiety that is kind of mounting within
Antares
you.
is slowly drawing her sword.
Well, Grace is always ready for combat, so.
Currently, Grace, you absolutely do not detect anything wrong going on.
Hmm.
Like you're with your boy best friend, everything's
But
fine.
I mean, I have
but-
I have my weapons on me. Just say.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Jesus,
But
the DM
it's-
moment.
I know, right? I remember what I told you in the, in the Pokemon RP.
What?
Always remember. Always remember.
Now, what does that mean?
Anyway. Oh. Don't worry, she doesn't know what it means either. I'm just being ominous.
I
So.
don't think I like this,
And-
Miss DM.
Don't we all? I love it. I absolutely adore it.
I want to go back to my
So-
dorm.
Well, you're trying to, but unfortunately you cannot escape
Yes.
my garage, Antares.
What?
So, Antares, you keep, you could take corners and corners, following your friends closer and closer. Yet, you cannot escape this feeling of deep dread setting down in the pit of your stomach. You know that something is there, and suddenly you look into one of the multiple windows that is there, and you seem to see a pair of weird looking eyes, kind of jaded, just looking at you for just a second before gliding off. It was not the person who was really behind it, but it was like just a shadow or something. And then you turn your face into maybe try to look somewhere else because this thing just kind of disappears. So you try to look somewhere else and you see another window and you see this exact same pair of eyes just there, just looking at you. Then disappearing again. And it keeps happening. You just see this pair of ominous eyes just looking at you, staring deeply within your soul every single time you just look at a stray window.
Wow, you're really just starting off the paranoia arc, aren't you?
What are you doing?
Antares is running back to the dorm. Straight up
You run
bolting.
back.
Grace is a little curious about why Antares is getting so antsy. He's just like kind of looking curiously at her. She's not saying anything, it's just
Antares
looking.
is already bolting off.
Yeah.
Antares?
Yeah.
Well,
Something's wrong. Something is really wrong.
what do you mean?
Who's watching us?
What?
We need to get out of here.
Well, but Antares is being serious, so Grace will be too. Yeah, she doesn't know what the heck is going on, but she's just keeping an eye on Antares, being a big old bodyguard.
Antares, you're feeling your whole body just shudder. Revelith is right next and is currently having his hand on, his bow that he has around him, like at all time. He looks around but doesn't seem to really detect anything. Then you look around again, Antares, and this time it is not a window really that you're looking at. It is a plate. It is one of the commemorative plate that is, very shiny on one of the walls of Strixhaven, one of the walls of the Biblioplex. And you see this same shadow kind of, glazing on it before disappearing again in the wall. Just those same eyes, white, kind of beady looking, staring straight at you, always.
You have to go. You have to get out of here.
As you do, you run back towards your dorm, but every single time you turn around, you just seem to always see that thing. Every single window, every single plate, anything really always reminds you of that. And when finally you do reach your dorm with your friends being very concerned and just running after you.
I mean, of course, your dorms are elsewhere, but like, we're sticking to you. You're not doing so hot. We're gonna stick with you.
When you guys finally enter, enters his dorm, well, I'm going to have to roll to see if Tristan's there. No, Tristan is not there. Tristan's not there. I rolled a 9. So you really quickly open the door and, your friends follow behind and, close it. And you're, looking fervently and you're like, everything's fine. You're in your dorm now. Everything is going to be completely alright. It's not going to follow you there. Everything is fine. Turn around. You look at your friends. Everything's fine. They look normal. Everything is totally okay. And you just kind of go towards your bed a little bit, and then you noticed the small mirror that is right next to your bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see very clearly now the entire shape of it inside of the mirror. It is right there. It is quite elongated, quite thin, with a kind of a black outline to it. Maybe some shades of blue and purple, kind of reminiscing of a bit of a galaxy, if you will, with little, strands of white thrown in there. Always those eyes just staring at you so deeply, so like 2 big pearls just clamped, taken out of some dying clams. It's almost enticing, but so terrifying at the same time.
You want.
But it doesn't do anything really. Just looking at you.
Can I detect magic?
Sure.
Yep. Detect magic. First level spell. Whoop whoop.
Alright. Well, there is magic behind it. That is for sure. But now it doesn't seem like when you detect magic, like of course there is magic, but the mirror itself is not magic.
Right, because it has been appearing on every reflective surface.
Yeah. Suddenly you kind of see, the hand of the thing that is in the mirror, kind of touch a little bit the surface, just a little bit. Of course, it cannot get out, but it seems to be forming letters, with the tip of its finger on there, and it seems to be saying Dapplewing.
God damn it.
Dapplewing Manor.
Not again.
Underground. Which is very surprising to you, since, to your knowledge, Dapplewing doesn't have an underground part of it. It stays there, but it does point at Antares in.
No, the internet crashed. Hold on, we'll be right back.
But failing for a bit.
Sorry, you cut out for a second. Well, my internet did.
It's maybe, yeah. It's trying to communicate something to Antares in particular, but it's quite difficult to decipher, if you will. It's pointing at her and trying to do shapes, but it never seems quite right.
Leave me alone.
And it just decides to say just the word you and a shape, a very special shape. It is the shape of a star.
Wait, Antares and stars. Oh.
The figure then, after doing this supposed invitation, just kind of slides off from the mirror surface and just kind of disappeared, I suppose. But it's probably still watching, still listening, still present.
Yikes.
Oh, there are no mirrors down there, right? Antares starts packing
Down
her stuff
where?
up.
Antares, what is going on?
Well, you heard what it said, Dapplewing Manor, underground. Well,
What?
let's just get this done and over with, right?
Well, okay, I guess Antares explains the whole thing, yeah. Yeah. Right
So-
now?
It stops watching me.
You know the last time we went there.
We're not dealing with any of that this time. We're just heading down there, seeing what it wants, and getting out. I don't know why it's looking for me.
Mm-hmm. In any case, Revelith is very confused, but I'm supposing that you did explain what was going on, so everything should be quite alright. He doesn't exactly understand exactly what it is, especially the part, with the fact that you guys, went there at some point.
Oh, you don't need to know. You don't need to know our sins.
He does not need to know the sins. Yeah, I think actually he's absolutely not aware that you were the ones causing the doll to absolutely, kill everything. Yeah.
Ignorance is
He
bliss.
does not.
Haha.
Ignorance is bliss. Because if he knew, the relationship would not be this high. You did break his arm and
Hey.
his,
It was me. It was me directly.
Yeah, it happened, and Peaches got very hurt too. In any case, so you guys are going to Dapplewing right away, right?
Yes.
Right. It is currently the late afternoon. I'm talking, it's about 6 p.m., something like that.
So,
You guys
hey,
can-
Antares, how about we try talking to the teachers? So that, we don't do any more breaking and entering if we don't need it.
They're just gonna think I'm
Technically,
insane.
Okay.
This is
First of
literally
all-
a magic school. At least try.
I'm just gonna say, first of all, you guys are allowed to go visit Dapplewing. It's just you guys broke out at night.
Yeah, okay.
Though, I'm pretty sure, the placement is probably off limit.
Hey,
Hi,
Gracia.
Things are going on.
Things are happening.
I'm
I'm
rushing back
terrified.
right now.
You're fucking zooming.
Zooming.
I might mute. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was. Anyways, what am I missing? Why is the music ominous?
Antares saw an
Gracia
apparition in the
art.
mirror.
Bro, are you okay? Bro, why is your
No.
leitmotif sitting in a minor key? Bro?
Literally.
For real.
Yeah,
I am not
there's a thing in the
okay.
mirror, yeah. There's a thing in the mirror that tells them to go to Dapplewing Manor, the
the basement.
underground
Despite
Dapplewing
everything.
Manor.
Despite
It also
everything,
just
it's still
singles
you.
me out.
Okay. I'm gonna mute and then I'll have my dice ready.
Alright, baller.
No
Lit.
problem. Litwick. So,
Oh crap, there is a community event on Pokemon Go for Litwick tomorrow, right?
well, good thing I
Anyway.
reminded you then.
Yeah. I might go to Chandelure.
I love
Anyway.
Chandelure so much. Anywho, yeah, so So yeah, technically you are allowed to go into Dapplewing as long as it's not night. It's a
Okay,
bit of a
yeah.
community part. It would be a different thing if I told you to go into the dean's quarters. Now that would be
But also the basement is probably off limits. But like, I mean,
it's
if we,
most likely off limit. Yeah.
The basement's like the Paris catacombs.
like if it is, then if it is, well, it is. When we find out, then we could like go to one of the teachers in the manor or something and ask about it. Explain our situation.
Again, they're going to think I'm crazy.
This is literally a magic school.
That doesn't explain schizophrenia or whatever the hell this is. Psychosis. I think that's more apt.
Aw. By the way, bye, Songe. So it was really nice having you. Yeah.
Yay.
Bye.
he's
Sorry, I
gonna-
didn't talk much. I just listened, but it was very nice.
Yeah.
That's actually my first time hearing D&D like that, and I wanted to get into it, so it's kind of a nice introduction to it. It's pretty
Oh,
chill.
yeah.
It's
Well,
very chill. I'm
thanks.
genuinely happily surprised.
We're just making so many jokes to break the
that's-
tension.
we are.
That's the best. Like, one of few times I wanted to unmute myself and be an annoying guest, but I was like, nah, it's my first day.
Here I was thinking, I want to die, so I'm going back to my dorm.
Mhm.
And then fucking immediately afterward, it's just like the walls have eyes. The walls are
Jojo
speaking
brain.
in tongues.
Oh, that's the thing. They're not speaking yet, but they will.
They start
honestly,
speaking celestial, I'm going to flip my shit.
honestly, if you want to like one day like come and play in this campaign, freaking please get here. That would be so
Okay.
funny. I would love
Get
to
up
really
here.
have you create a character.
That would be pretty baller.
Amazing. That
That'd be
bold.
so-
That's that's my new move. Pretty baller. Never used that before. I will steal that to you.
Okay.
What
Baller.
are you willing to?
Oh yeah, still things.
Baller.
So yeah, it was really
Anyway.
nice having you and stuff.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very nice.
and
to
have a nice
invite me.
sleep.
Thank you. Have a
you're
nice
welcome.
campaign and school and everything. And I'll definitely join one day. Anyway,
Yeah,
bye
Bye. We are converting Songe. It's great.
Baller.
Baller. Yeah, he was having a nice time. He kept sending me like funny things in the chat that he like didn't feel like sharing because he was a bit shy.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Time for shit to get
yeah.
weird.
lots of things get weird. Hi, welcome back, Gracia. So yeah.
I was in the bathroom, so I didn't get to say it, but I was about to say, please make another character. You can be here to replace me when I inevitably drop out again.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm here now. Just had my
Yeah.
acapella concert. And then,
Nice.
like, almost sped walk home. 'Cause I almost pissed myself. So I'm having fun.
That's great. Honestly, that's the
Yeah.
point. Like, just have fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
There's
just
also
chill.
it's my first time
can just
vocal basing in
chill.
front of an audience. I need to get my character sheet.
Absolutely. Take your time.
Please,
Take your time.
please by all means continue.
Right, yo.
Yeah,
Okay.
please
Oh.
by all means continue. But today's drink of the day is a raspberry iced tea because they have it again.
That's nice. That sounds wonderful. I'm drinking a bit of very cold coffee. Drinking a bit of cold coffee. Everything's good.
Coffee. Foreshadowing my arrival.
I just left it for a bit too long. Anywho, so yeah, you guys basically are thinking about going to the Dapplewing Manor. There were not a lot of good memories back there, unfortunately. But thankfully, you're able to get in very easily because it's still open. It's open still It's let's see if there is. Yeah, it is locked from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So you guys are in the clear.
Hmm.
So you just open the door and just enter it very casually. All the defenses mechanisms are not active, and people are just, yeah, you have a couple students that are just hanging around here and just, chilling. You have a couple professors, including a couple deans that are there, just helping out some students, and this sort of things, which is not so neat for you since you don't know where the stairs to downstairs are, or even if there are stairs. So it's a bit difficult for you. Do you guys need me to send you again a map of Doublewing?
Sure thing.
Yeah, just resend it, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Doublewing Manors. I'm gonna send a new one. Just that. So just I'm gonna take a bit of my time. Don't worry, guys. Just trying to find a good one. Oh, this one is nice. I'm stealing this one from Reddit. Let's go. It's always good when you steal shit,
Stealing is good. Take things, steal them.
Stealing? Num. Stealing shit. Meanwhile, I'm gonna really quickly read what yeah.
Stealing is based. Fuck the rich.
Fuck the rich, fuck the rich, fuck the rich.
So yeah,
Please,
Lorus,
thanks,
anyways,
please.
yeah, Antares was seeing something in the mirror, and it told her to go to the Doublewing Manor basement. So I guess maybe we ran into you and like, you probably saw how fucking sweaty Antares was or something, and just like, well,
Mom
shit.
spaghetti.
Do rabbits even
No.
sweat?
Probably not, but
Maybe.
They do now.
like unsettled.
They do now.
Unsettled.
Okay, I have a picture.
Fucking rabid.
I don't know if rabbits
Rabbit.
sweat, Hayden. How do clocks work in the Underdark? Or in the hell? How do clocks work in hell,
How do
Hayden?
clocks work?
How do
now?
clocks work
rabbits
in the
sweat?
nine hells?
Do rabbits sweat?
How do clocks work in the nine hells?
I guess some questions
One
just never
question
made
at
to
a
be
time.
answered, motherfucker.
Hey, Dad. Why are the birds flapping their wings but not planes?
Planes are fake. Birds are fake, actually. Yeah, birds are the fake ones. They're government surveillance drones.
Planes are actually flapping their wings.
Right, the second, like the second strip above is like the up, right, it was the upstairs area.
The upper floor.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like on three parts.
So yeah, well,
but
we
there's
gotta,
no basement
so we
visible,
gotta
yeah.
focus on
wish I was allowed to have candles.
the
in here.
down there one.
I would
Yeah,
be
you
even
gotta
more
find where
basic.
you think the basement would be, yeah.
Guys, should I get a like a poster that says "Live, Laugh, Love"?
Yes. What a question. Yes, of course.
Okay, so
You know what, guys?
my guess is either hidden by the stairs that lead up, or the stairs are hidden outside.
Mhm.
It kind
I
of,
don't
I don't
think
know.
it's
It just
gonna be
looks
somewhere
like there's a
inside.
stairway down.
Oh no, those are stairways that go up.
Stairway to
Like
heaven.
it's not on the map. It's not on the map. I'm making shit up as I go, guys.
Baller.
The stairs
I
are
can-
in the fireplace.
Maybe.
So
Maybe,
is
maybe?
Ravelov still with us?
I mean, if you want him to.
Nah,
I
bitch, he
think some
did.
assistance would be nice, yeah.
Alright, then he's here. He doesn't understand what the fuck, what the hell's going on. But yeah. So everyone, Lorus, Antares, Grace, and Ravelith are all here to investigate this supposed basement that is in there. Know where it is? Who the fuck knows? If you want to know, I can tell you what all of the things that in the lower floor are. There is a veranda, there's a foyer, there's the grand hall, there's a dining hall, a portrait salon, a drawing room, a hall of beauty, the kitchen, the courier room, and the side deck.
It's probably like the stairs are not gonna be anywhere out in the open. Like no one's gonna accidentally stumble upon them, so we have to actively look in places that students don't frequent, or I guess wouldn't like stumble on.
Yeah.
Do we just roll investigation?
Oh yeah, of course. Roll investigation. It would really help if you had like a specific location that you want to like start with.
Yeah, probably like starting at the stairs that lead up.
All right,
Like,
roll
somewhere
investigation
around
then.
them. 3 minus 2.
1.
Checking behind statues.
1. But it's not natural. It's just not natural.
Alright, I'm checking behind
It's an
statues.
unnatural one.
Dirty 20.
All right. As for you, Lorus,
Oh, hold on, I have to pull up my sheet.
no problem. Ah, my
I
dick almost
decided
fell
to
out.
I decided to clean off my desk and put my computer back on it. It's looking a lot better. I definitely want to clean my room on Sunday. Let me look for my modifier.
Oh, by the way,
What is this?
Antares, by the
Investigation.
way, remember, Antares, remember that you are been sent to the detention bog, so you'll need to attend the detention. So basically, you will not be able to work next time, so you're not getting any money.
Damn.
Damn.
This is 1984.
Yeah, you said investigation, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an 11.
All right. I'm gonna go with the 20 then. So basically, Lorus, you're kind of like looking on the side and everything, but not really knowing what to look for exactly. I mean, in your Elithid colony, really, you guys didn't really have that. Like, you guys were sophisticated. You guys had elevators, you know? You guys were cool.
We had escalators.
Oh my god, really?
We were the
Yeah.
inventors of escalate. We were actually the inventors of escalators. That's not a good accent, but I have a butterscotch in my mouth right now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, actually, this is canon now.
Yeah.
It's invented escalators.
So the reason was, right, we like stairs, like they look nice, but like, why would you ever want to walk upstairs? So we were like, let's make escalators so it's like a mix between an elevator and stairs, and that way we get the elevator, but it still fits with our aesthetic.
I love that.
Don't you
honestly.
literally float though?
So they look cool. Also, no, we don't.
Yeah, like, levitation. That takes a lot of power, you know. Like,
Yeah, wait, where'd you get that? Oh, where'd you get that all lithid levitate?
It's literally on the stat block. They have levitate prepared at will.
Oh, if it's on the stat block, then yeah, no. I'm not using the stat block. I'm using a homebrew race.
I mean, even then, some Illithids are not very strong at,
Psionics. being able to just lift
psionics.
themselves with their
Yeah, or some of
minds.
and some of them just don't like using levitate, you know? Like, not Illithids are the same, Hayden.
It's literally a high
I thought you were just going to say some Illithid just don't like you.
I mean,
Damn.
no Illithids like you. Like, let's be real here. Illithids, they only like you for your brain because it's exotic.
That's
and stuff,
unfortunate.
you know?
For real.
It is very unfortunate.
Shout out to the post that said there's a Godzilla that said like, oh, Godzilla is in every one of us. And
Well,
I have the tweet in my drafts that's just like, I fucking wish.
I wish.
Gracia, no, that would
yeah.
kill you.
What a
That's the
banger way
goal.
to go out.
Yeah, banger. You said it.
Banging.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's actually move on
bang.
with the plot.
Anyway, yeah. So, Grace, you are way too taken in the idea of elevators, but not really elevators. Actually, they're like escalators, and you're like, bro, man, how does that work?
What?
How?
Quoi?
What? Like they move on their own, but then who brings them back down?
We have a second escalator. It's
Oh my
just the first.
God.
It's just the first one, but using our psychic abilities, we flipped it upside down.
Incroyable.
But then, what happens when the second reaches the top too?
This is the bottom, you mean?
Well, that's the thing. We have a third escalator. It's so dumb. And meanwhile, while you guys have these amazing conversations about escalators, you have Antares being like, "Oh, well, I don't think that's here. Like it's not here exactly. Like it does lead upstairs, but you do notice another. Well, there's like a painting, but it has a bit of a glass kind of put on top, so it is slightly reflective. You see again. While you do not see exactly those eyes again, you do see a hand pointing right next, and on every reflective surface that you see in particular, it seems to lead somewhere.
I'm having PTSD from the final one shot of B.
And it leads to the portrait salon.
Antares goes in there. Guys, this is not okay. The voices in my head, they're getting a little too loud.
No, I'm sure this is.
Lorus is like, oops, sorry, that's me.
Antares, I'm
Get out of
sure
my head,
there's
get out of my head.
actually something there.
Welcome to the fucking club, buddy.
Yeah, Antares, I detected magic. You're not going crazy.
No, are you sure?
Not particularly.
I am.
You're not helping, Lorus.
This is all out of character.
Yeah.
I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, Lorus is actually genuinely nice. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So,
Lorus is nice. I just can't do the accent right now.
That's so fair. So you arrive in the portrait salon. Not many people are around. You do have like one person that is like looking around at like portraits and stuff. And the salon is featuring a comfortable sitting area and rows of portraits hung on the wall. If you want to like recognize portraits, you can roll history, but like it's kind of flavor text.
Great. Now what do we do, random entity?
Well, thank God there's like still reflective surfaces everywhere.
Oh god.
It seems to all point to one particular, big portrait that seems to have, a big man on there. It's like one of the biggest portrait in the entire room, and it has a man. It is an owlin man who's, with kind of graying feathers, kind of.
Oh my god, it's Harold's dad. Anyway.
That'd be so funny. Anyway, so you guys kind of, you see this in particular. Thankfully, it seems that no one else really sees this, so everything is kind of fine. What are you doing?
I'm going up to the portrait. Please, let me just get out of this alive.
As you inch closer, the face kind of looks at you before disappearing behind the glass, really. Nothing really happens. what are we like looking for here? You know, Revelith just kind of pipes up. Just maybe it's some kind of like mechanism, but like we should probably be a bit, careful. And he points to like, the one person that is in the room right now.
Okay, so we gotta do something with this portrait.
How?
Mm-hmm.
No, Antares probably isn't going to be able to remove it very safely.
You kind of... I would say, I mean, maybe you can roll in investigation, but I could also like have Revelith do the thing because he like, he good at this sort of thing.
I'll roll investigation, sure.
I can try again.
That's an 8.
I might as well try.
Chris is just
2.
Yo, Revelith, homie, home slice.
My homie.
Yeah,
Or
Revelith is
Lorus,
just going to.
I mean,
oh,
I know
Lorus,
where the-
Lorus, how
I know where
Yeah.
this is going,
Yes.
and I'm terrified.
Can you roll investigation?
Oh, yeah. That's less than 10.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
it's gonna be
Revelith.
all on Revelith's shoulders.
You got this, buddy.
Inches closer, and just kind of says to Grace, quietly, maybe just try to, have them leave the room because if it opens like a passage or something, you don't want them. Plus, I think they're from the, the Strixhaven start.
Oh, okay. Do we recognize that figure?
Like, exactly. Like, it seems to be someone that is, like, at least, like, a third year or something. Maybe a fourth year, actually. Probably a fourth year. And she has, like, kind of long blonde hair and a bit of a, kind of blue witch hat. Kind of, like, stereotypical witch hat. And you sort of saw her at the Strixhaven Star working. Like, once.
Okay, we
But
don't know
like it was more to, you don't know her. She seems to just be looking at the paintings.
Well,
But
sorry
let's just
guys,
say
I'm
that
not the
you
social
see-
one here. I can't.
We need the social bunny. No, like
Alright, well, the butterscotch is gone, so, I guess you know what that means.
Lorus time.
Lorus!
Laura's time.
Let's go!
Lora's.
Distractions!
Lorus can talk now. Okay, so fill me in again. What the fuck is going on here?
We're trying to open like a secret passageway in the portrait or something, and there's another person in the room that, we probably shouldn't be around, so we need a distraction.
Right. I kinda wanna be here for the, potential passage.
I don't know, maybe just
Oh,
find
well,
a way
you'll be
to
here.
send them away. Who knows?
It's just to send them away in another room.
Yeah, I'll... Just because I want to use it, I'll use telepathy.
Alright.
Alright.
We go. Oh, hi there. We're also in this room. We were planning on having like a private study session, just us. Do you mind if we use this room?
She kind of looks around a bit confused and then looks at you and is, understanding, kind
I
of
wave.
watches over her. She kind of awkwardly kind of waves back. She seems a bit serious, a bit serious-faced. I have a question. Did you join the Fine Artist Club?
I don't remember. I think I might have.
Okay, because if it's the case, okay, I'm gonna say that you did because that just makes sense for your character as well.
Okay. Actually, did I write it down?
I don't
No,
think you
I
wrote it down,
didn't.
which is why I'm asking.
Okay, well, I gotta write it down now.
All right. So, basically, she looks at you, but then just like, "Oh, you're Lorus from the Fine Artist Society, right?"
Right.
Oh, I do think I saw some of your ice sculpting that you did last year. That was quite impressive.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, if you're going to work here, then I don't really want to disturb you. Though, please, if you do have more, well, sculptures, I would really love to see them. Mostly to document them in the Strixhaven Star. Maybe we could have a bit of a conversation about that. I think it could be, well, quite informative.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have a conversation about that sometime.
That sounds wonderful.
Are we
I will
doing
see you
BS
then
in the
there.
background?
What?
What?
Are we BS in the background? With the other painting?
We're probably waiting for them to leave before
Yeah,
we
we're
do
waiting.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair
We're
enough.
waiting. Yeah. Yeah, eventually she does leave and everything, and she waves back. Still a bit awkwardly, you know, she has a bit of a neutral kind of face and everything, but it still kind of seems warm. Like she seems to kind of like Lorus and everything.
I'm gonna put that
Which
down
means
in other interview with Strixhaven's, or I'm gonna put that down in allies interview with Strixhaven Star.
yeah, her name is LA, and you can add her to like your relationship stuff. She's just a random person from
Nice.
Strixhaven Star, and she really likes like art and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yay. And now that she's gone, Oravelith is getting to it. Like, he's
Heck yeah.
basically, he's absolutely disregarding the fact that this might be an artifact or something like that. He, you know, first of all, he sniffs kind of like weirdly, like he kind of pulls back just a tiny bit
Oh yeah,
his
rogue
mask just to
moment.
like, yeah, rogue moment. He's like sniffing a bit the painting. Not enchanted. And then he puts it back down. He, you know, touches every surface of the painting, not like directly the painting, you know, because, you know, smudging, but he touches like, you know, the around it, you know. And after a couple seconds, he just like touches a part of the you know, around it, and it's slightly different here. And he pushes it, and there's a bit of a click going on, and he pushes it with a lot of strength, actually.
Strong man.
And oh yeah, he's a strong man. He
Strong man.
pushes it, and then it finally reveals what is probably the entrance. I think it's right there.
Oh, there's no going back now, is there?
Oh, you should probably hurry.
Right.
All right, we're going in.
Everyone's going in, and he closes behind them slightly, just leaving it open just a tiny bit. You see that behind the painting, there is a mechanism to open it from the inside, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And you enter this new.
Just a heads up, I have dark vision.
Baller.
That's very ballin' for you.
Oh, you do? I have superior dark vision.
Darn, bested
Okay.
again.
That's good for you
Have
guys.
fun with the regular light.
L, cope,
Uh-huh.
C, mold, skill issue.
All
dark
right.
vision game.
So you guys basically start going into the very dark tunnel. Thankfully, most of you guys can see properly. Antares cannot. Yet she still feels that pressure that is even more powerful somehow.
My head, get out of my head, get out of my head!
It is still very much there, but it seems to be, you know, all around in some way. It is very dark with a ton of like spider webs everywhere. And the more you go down, the darker it seems to become. Even if you try to light something, it is as if the light is just snuffed away. Just engulfed in all of it.
Antares,
And-
were you saying something? I couldn't quite hear that. It's too dark in here. I couldn't hear you.
What? No, it's nothing.
Oh, alright.
Well,
You go down
I
deeper
definitely
and-
have my mace in my hand, and like maybe if there's any spider webs that are like threatening to I don't know, touch any of us, I can just like
Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, Revelith is going first because he's the ranger.
yeah. Good job, buddy. You're doing great.
Hold on. The ranger is in front?
Yeah, because the ranger knows what he's doing. You know, that's kind of the role of the ranger, to be scouting ahead.
The ranger?
You know what? I
Ranger
think I'll
is
keep
in
the
front?
rear. You know what? I think I'll keep the rear. Keep everyone safe if anything like jumps up from behind us.
I
Like, I
think
know
I'll
that-
keep the rear. That's what she said.
My God.
Hey!
Anyway,
Which
he's
about it?
you know kind of going. He's going very slowly, and those stairs seem to almost never end. It is very taxing on your feet and everything. Like maybe this is the moment where Lorus is telling herself that, my God, elevators really were a very good invention.
Good thing we have escalators.
Yeah, good thing, right?
Yeah, escalators are great,
Good
right?
thing, right? Right?
Yeah, you really
boy.
wish you had escalators right here, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
fucking
no.
Bloody hell.
So you keep going and going and going. Sometimes he stops you because he seems to have detected something, but you only hear like little.
Fucking cat.
Cats.
Fang, Irene's claw.
And then you feel something like skittering around your legs and everything. Just
Why is there a cat?
Why is there a cat?
Why is the cat farting on us?
Cat, please, no, don't
But-
do
but-
that. It's not nice.
the more you hear, like, there are tons of little cats ahead, tons of them. Just tons of little things that are just scattering away.
Why
And
is our
finally,
stalker a crazy
you-
cat lady?
The grandmother of my nightmares.
Finally, you are at the end of the stairs, and there's, strangely enough, light. Like, there are windows, or what looks like windows.
Why are there
that are,
so many?
filtering. Thankfully, you don't really see a lot. There are, eyes, looking at you, but that's it. And it all leads to a big corridor, with, moonlight just kind of filtering in, the windows. And, with beautiful mosaics, but also beautiful, painted glass, stained glass just all around. But it all leads, this big corridor just leads to one room with a bit of a, well, there is a big sheet of, a big sheet of blue velvet fabric that is thrown on top of a massive structure. Tons of cats are just, skittering around, just doing their things, just being normal cats, honestly. They're just being normal cats.
Peaches, you better stay
As
out
you
of range.
As you're going down the corridor, the one thing you do notice is that, all of those shades that are from the window, you can see like the kind of the shadow of it, on the floor. Just seeing those hands just kind of guiding you towards it, kind of, pointy looking, all pointing towards this thing that is hidden away by this fabric. And when you arrive in the room, finally, you're in front of this massive thing. What do you do?
This does not bode well. This does not bode well at all.
Well, there's only one thing that it really could be. Antares goes up to the structure and begins to slowly peel back the blue tarp. Pretty much every
Takes
single thought that
Yeah.
could touch the mind at some point is running through hers right now.
Oh, Grace is fucking ready to brawl. If there's anything dangerous under there, she's fucking ready.
It takes quite some time for you to do it because, you're quite small, you're not very strong. So the velvet tarp, is quite heavy, especially with all of the dust that has been collecting on it, probably over the years. And you pull it off. And it reveals a gigantic, beautiful, and very ornated mirror.
Of course.
It has a bit of a black reflective surface, as if it was made out of obsidian itself, before turning completely clear the moment it is exposed to this weird ethereal moonlight. And in there, you see again the figure that is right there, just inches away from Antares' face, looking at her with those same eyes. And as it's looking at her, its mouth that until now was kind of unseen, small fibers seem to untangle and slowly, kind of thread untying. It's like when you pull on a thread and it just kind of untangles itself, and all of a sudden the mouth kind of opens is wide open, and you hear a couple sounds finally coming from this person. It's mostly just cracks, just a little tiny cracks, until finally a voice that is terribly gravelly from misuse finally speaks up. I am Stray. It is. I did not think you would actually come to.
Stray? And the cats?
That's what
Are
you
you saying it
want.
out loud? That is the question.
What?
You can ask about that.
Wait, okay, so at this point, can we all see it?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Cool. But no, this is out of character?
No, there's a reason.
Obviously.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
I'm
It's not
just
even to a
pointing
reference to
out.
that. It's
Stray, and there's a bunch of cats around. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah. What you doing?
No,
What do
keep
you
listening.
want?
Please repeat what?
Antares is asking Dre what it wants.
Well, I did believe that I don't manifest very often outside of these walls. But I did think I sensed something. A theme of, something. I have a flair for finding the light that shines at the right angle in the night. The lone star. He points very slowly at you.
What's that mean?
It is but a small part of starlight. Something that is tethered to you. A fragment. Something you're not aware of. Something that is bound to you like chains. Something unwanted.
Wanted.
You bear their traits. But I do not see that in generations now. Last time I saw someone quite like you, I was still professor at Strixhaven.
You used to teach here?
Why, yes. Though I do not recall anything of my former life besides this. Not even my own name. Now that you are here, well, I never thought I would be able to see again on this bright, so bright light.
What do you mean, bright light?
You are chained to a more important being than you think that you are. But
Of course I am.
Oni,
That's how being a warlock works.
you are not any kind of warlock. I only have met two of a kind like this. And that second one being you.
What are you saying?
You seem aware of who you are or what you have held within your grasp. Unusual. Usually, these kinds of bonds require a lot of rituals that are very, very, very voluntary.
What's voluntary?
Why?
I
it's
asked for these
tethering.
powers.
You did, but then why don't you know?
You mean, why don't I know? I do know!
But you do not. You seem very confused over the idea of this bond that you harbor. And the nature of it.
It's not the bond that I'm confused about. What I'm confused about is what you're trying to say about this. It makes no sense.
It does,
Stop
I
speaking
think
in
you're...
riddles.
I am not. It is merely you who is not... Well, you have not matured enough to understand what I mean. You have not grown enough into your... Well... your soul to understand the meaning of this tethering. Gracia, please.
You keep bringing up a tethering, but you won't tell me any more about it.
If you have any answers for her, then... Or at least tell us why you appeared.
I do not often appear to others. I have been almost always stuck here. But sometimes I do sense something powerful. Something that is not from this realm. Just calling to me. And such was the case. I cannot exactly tell you what that special bond is. However, I'm just surprised that you seem to have such a deep link with a dying entity.
No.
Yes.
That's...
I thought you knew. You said so yourself.
But...
how did you acquire your powers in the first place? If it was not by some kind of tethering.
I only wished upon a
Creation.
star.
You wished. Oh, you poor fool. You wished upon a star, you say.
Yes. And it managed to work. What's so bad about that?
Well, it is bad. As now, you are the proud owner. You are bearing the weight of an entire celestial being on your shoulder and their entire existence. And yet, you don't seem to even know who they are. What a sad existence that is.
Damn, this mirror's mean. So passive aggressive.
Yeah, kinda. I just want to point out the fact that it... Well, when you are a dying entity, when you're a dying deity, you latch onto the ones who believe in you. It seems you were the only one believing in them. The only remaining hope that they had to survive. But it seems that whomever they are, they were not strong enough. They did not have enough followers to remain as is. And now, how ironic it is that they may be now slumbering in you. It was maybe their only refuge, or the only thing that they had to latch onto. But now it is all crystal clear. I have to warn you that such hidden powers may attract unwarranted attention. You are not safe. Especially not in the walls of this school.
Already felt that enough.
I thank you for coming to me. It was a blessing to bathe in the light once more. I have been craving this for a while now.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why did you reach out to me like this?
I think I was making it quite clear. It is not every day you encounter someone who possesses the spirit of a dead deity. It is as if your mere presence is bathed in the moonlight. So, why wouldn't I want to meet someone of such great importance, someone with a future so bright? I used to be a lore-hold professor now, wasn't I? I suppose curiosity has not left me.
Antares looks down at her arcane focus. Can't be. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
But I must be going.
You are quite welcome. At least I was able to sense that for a few seconds. there. Maybe in return for answering my own curiosity, if you have any question, I can possibly answer.
What was its name?
Of all the questions, you wish to know a name that you already know deep within you.
I don't know it. You said it yourself.
I'm just quite surprised that this would be the question. But, very well. He kind of takes a deep breath. You know, that is, very breathy, but almost fills you with coldness, as it says. It was Domiel. The name was Domiel. And unfortunately, just like many stars, well, just like many celestials, the moment no one believed in her, she died. Or, well, as long as you believe in her, I suppose you can still make her live on. Through you. Perhaps. Perhaps that is the mission that she gave onto you. Well, perhaps it is not. I am no mind reader. Do you guys have any other questions to ask this person from the mirror? You can absolutely ask them anything before you go, because I don't know if you're gonna come back here. You can, but you would have to like break into it again, probably possibly.
Oh god. I mean, while we're here, and this person seems quite a. I mean, we could show the runes from the journal.
The runes. You could.
Ask
You could.
what they mean. But I'm keeping my distance because I something about this is untrustworthy. Like, I mean, they're just like stuck in a mirror.
You kinda are. You are in a forbidden room of the Dapplewing Manor.
Yeah.
It was deep dark. This person is super ominous. They were in a mirror that was completely covered by a tarp.
Yeah.
They were an ex-professor, but don't remember exactly their life. Yeah, that's sus.
That's sus as hell.
You could always just insight check, you know. The
I don't
natural.
think we're gonna get answers, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna, from a bit of a distance, show off the runes and ask what, if they know what they mean.
He kind of leans in very, very close, to the point where the only thing you can see in the mirror is just a giant big eye.
Oh dear.
To be fair, you are pointing it at a very big distance, so it's trying to look. Where did you find these? Oh, wait, do not tell me. You found it in the Siegemore, didn't you?
Yes.
I did think that was what I saw through the reflection of the water. Well, how quaint that you came to find such an artifact. What is it exactly that you are showing me?
We found this journal with very little in it, and another rune in the Siegemore just recently in the ground.
Oh, yes, I do think I saw some of those throughout the reflection of one of the shoulder pads of the people that were roaming there. Yes. I haven't seen those in what must be 2 centuries now. Oh, although I do think, now that I think about it, I do think I saw a little bit of it over, well, it must be a couple decades now. Yeah. Those are ancient writings of the Withered Blooms. It is, well, have you heard of one of the wars that waged between the different houses of Strixhaven?
Hey, Laurel student, have you?
Have I?
Roll a story.
I think I know this is going.
Do I get the die?
Yeah, no, just
Get a
yeah,
D4.
straight history. Just go ahead. Were you listening in class?
All right. That's a 15.
It was mentioned probably just briefly in passing, but never like very deeply. You just know that apparently they were like, some people just didn't really agree how the houses should be like ruled and everything, and what they should be teaching.
It was mostly just petty infighting.
Yes, though it did have a quite deeper origin and quite somber to it. As you know, all schools of Strixhaven, all the 5 colleges, they all have a duality to each and every single one of them. Of course, some are quite obvious, like with Silverquill and the duality between light and dark, with a bloom between life and decay. With Prismary, creation and expression. And quite a few others like order and chaos for Lorehold. And as for Wendrick, it has more to go with the natural order thing. But it was more extreme back then. Even now, I do see every day, from my very eyes, I can see infighting between the deans, never getting along and never agreeing over what should be taught. But back then it was even more vile. Some things were spoken, some spells were cast that should never have been. The dragons were not exactly present after they established the school, nor did they ever come back. Now slumbering away, waiting to be called again by the Oracle. And that is exactly what happened back there. Blood magic was quite rampant, and I know that it is now very common to use it. Back then it was a more corrupted kind. One where the goal of blood magic was not to learn, it was to take. It was all about selfishness. The decay part of With a Bloom was twisted, and the mages that were there that were working with the decay, with this withering force, they decided to create this twisting the words of the dragons, the original words of With a Bloom, and just created this vile language, these vile runes that when spoken could siphon the life right out of the user if not used right. And I see that it is exactly what is there, yet a more potent version of it. I see someone had been tinkering with it, experimenting with the tales of old. Yet, I see that these are not the complete writings. So you have not found really the grimoire of an ex-Wizzbloom, well, ancient mage. It looks like someone more recent, someone who just discovered it, and just wrote it in haste as just a couple notes, as if written in the margin of a notebook. I do believe that. However, if you'd manage to find the spell book, it would be even more terrible. I do hope it does not fall into the wrong hands.
Alright, that's some information. I don't know
Absolutely
if
not
that helps
me, just-
much, but good to know.
Me peppering things. Me peppering things
Yeah.
that you guys have no idea is gonna be important later.
Sprinkles. Yeah.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, nice.
Oh, not the G.
I-
No,
I-
stop. Stop
I hate
genifying
all of you.
everything.
I hate all of you guys. Is there anything else you would like to ask the big mirror man before, you guys freaking...
Yeah.
Sure, if you have no
I
question,
think-
Hayden, you can leave.
I think so.
I don't.
But just to say it, when it dropped, they're like, "Oh, I know your deity, it's dying," and I was over here like, "Poil, woo, woo." Oh my god!
Mhm. Yeah, things are
Crazy.
going on. Yeah.
Well,
There was a bunch... Yeah, I wanted to explore a little bit the lore, but there's more lore to Antares stuff. It's
Of
just that I felt
course.
like you had waited long enough to have, a bit of lore dropped into it.
Antares lore. Antares lore.
And there's
Wait, see it.
lore.
So, yeah, what I'm saying, Hayden, is that you have to kind of think about what Antares is going to do with this information and what her goal is going to be now with that information.
Your deity is
Bullshit.
dying
The
slash
brass
dead.
quintet. Or the brass
Hmm.
quintet. That
Brass
should
quintet.
probably be the next goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And
Yeah, Hayden.
yeah,
Hayden, I think you're good to go.
All right,
yeah, just leave.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Please.
Bye.
Bye. Alright. So yeah, if you have any other question you can ask now and everything, just take your time asking questions and everything, because this might be your only chance. Honestly.
Okay, well, see, the main thing,
Oh,
about
I
the
like
rose...
your funny words, Mirror Man.
Well, the main thing about the rose stage incident is that, it's recent. So,
Yeah.
they wouldn't know anything, time-wise. But,
Unless
do see
we've been
through every-
frozen in ice.
They do see through, reflective surfaces and shit.
yeah,
In backstage, there would be mirrors, possibly.
I guess I could ask... Okay, so I could ask just if they saw anything during that incident at all. If they know
Mhm.
anything about magic that could drain someone so much. Or, I mean, okay, do I really need to ask? It's obviously one of those...
I mean,
that kind of blood magic that we
honestly-
found.
Yeah, honestly, I think you can absolutely ask anything, because you know what's cool is that seemingly they don't seem to have any link anymore with the school because they're just an abandoned mirror.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
they can't brainwash you anymore. They can't just be like,
Cool!
oh yeah. This is probably, weirdly enough, this is so ominous, but this might be the only person you can trust with that information.
Great. Love that. So
That's
yeah,
great, huh?
I would like to roll that insight check though.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
19.
Alright. Of course there's something off with that. Of course there is. Like, they don't
Obviously.
seem not genuine. You know? They don't seem not genuine or something like that. Like they seem to
think-
genuinely just not know who they originally are. But of course there's something off with it because it's, you know.
So
you can't say
basically,
if it-
spooky by
Spooky.
circumstance.
Spooky by circumstance, that's what you can take out of it. Is there
Okay, yeah.
more? Are they evil? Maybe, you don't know. Like,
Well, the way that I'm taking it right now is that like he seems sincere, but because of his current situation, like yeah, no shit, he's shocking shady.
Yeah.
yeah, that's mostly it.
Probably has a lot of sins crawling down his back that he doesn't remember.
You feel
Most
your
likely,
sins
yeah.
crawling down your back.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the thing I didn't tell you is that, you know, the hole you came back in, it's literally the Judgment Hole but blue.
The what?
I didn't tell you because the Judgment Hole, you know, the one where you fight Sens,
Oh.
but it's blue.
Oh.
Oh!
I thought you were saying hole.
Right,
Like,
No,
what
the
because
the-
there's
hall.
right, because it's underground, but like there's oh my god,
There's light.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, I was like, what the fuck is a judgment hole? Do I want to know?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Please stop. You know I have trouble with pronouncing shit. Please.
My horny ass could never be a dungeon master.
Okay,
I
okay.
swear to
Well,
God.
time to ask
Yes.
what they know about the roll stage incident and if they and like beyond that, if they know anything why people can't remember or something. Yeah.
Okay, well, how do you phrase that?
That's fuck. No.
Sorry.
There was like Grace doesn't trust this figure, but I mean, well, I guess we're just gonna. She figured she might as well just ask. There was this incident 20 years ago where someone was quite brutally killed, and we're trying to figure out as much as we can.
I see, so you remember. Oh, no, you were not there. You just heard about it. Rumors, I assume.
Right.
Most likely. Yes.
Murder. Judas, no.
Judas, now!
Well, perhaps I did. Perhaps I do know what happened there. Or perhaps I do not. Some things I do know is that they're... In this school, they seem to be better left unsaid, aren't they? Oh. It seems that no one is allowed to speak of it. But I doubt that it is a conscious choice. As long as we are within these walls, it is not our choice to make to speak of it. What I can tell is that there is way more at stake than just what happened 20 years ago. There's more. Oh, so much more. And it is approaching with every second, growing in power. While most of the faculty can be trusted, some select few make this difficult. Now, what happened? Now, do you really want to know what happened there? Sometimes, knowing is a burden. It would be difficult to hide the truth. Were you aware of it?
Some people I know still seem burdened by it. Maybe clarity would help.
So you would be sacrificing your own ignorance to unburden your friends. Is that what I am understanding?
I suppose.
Alright. Well, I cannot tell much, as I was not exactly a direct eyewitness. Unfortunately, it was quite dark. The only shapes I could see were quite pale. There was a pale face, pale hands grasping at the body of another person. And they were... It seemed that the one was inside of a first-year student, how to say that, uniform? While the other was into a Wizbloom uniform.
That makes
The
sense.
The two did not seem to be fighting or anything. They seemed quite friendly, and I could not exactly see. As I said, it was quite dark, but they were speaking in jest. I remember, however, as I often recount myself what happened that night to myself, as I cannot do much anything else in this desolated place. They were talking about their life, about what was expecting them when they came back home after all of this. After all, one of them was a fourth-year student and was to leave. What did Nebel?
It just started for a second.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
The Discord.
Okay. Do you want me to restart or something?
No. I heard it.
Okay, cool. But then the fourth-year student, mentioned something. A deep, deep sickness that he was experiencing. Something that was fatal. Something that had stripped him of his vision. Something that was stripping him of everything that he had. Something that was going to strip him away from one thing he truly cared for. His brother, apparently. And the other speaker. Apparently, from what I could understand, he had come to Strixhaven to seek such a remedy to this ill. He did not mention what it was, but from what I could understand, it was something quite... But apparently, the faculty was no help, dismissing everything that he had been saying. And the other one took affront to this. Took affront to the fact that no one was helping him. So, they were supposed to help, possibly. And I suppose this is what started this spiral of madness, and I cannot believe it's lasted until even now. This simple proposition of just helping one another. It spiraled out of control as this fourth-year student tried to experiment with a spell it had no knowledge over. Or did he? Perhaps he did. It was quite difficult to see the nature of their relationship from here. Was he sincere when he said that he cared for him, or was he not? I could not tell you. I have lost quite a lot of these feelings over the years. The one thing is for sure, the spell did not end with one of them alive, the other fleeing the scene as quickly as possible after that. After the main actor decided to step into the room. I did see some of professors coming in, and I kept watch over this student that fled. For just a little while, just seeing him flee, seeing him being sent back to his homeworld. was quite difficult to follow. I unfortunately can only see things from one angle at a time.
He fled the scene but was sent back home?
Quite. From what I can remember, after what happened, after he fled, there was this moment where everyone seemed to suddenly forget about it. And people, some professors, I suppose, they were discussing the scandals it could do, the scandals it could bring to their institution. And in this very case, they decided to go and send back the student without having him really face justice. He was sent back into his home world, though I do not know where exactly. I am merely supposing it was his home world. Who knows, maybe he was sent back into a burning volcano, or any other location really, just to dispose of it. Well, I shall expect better from my colleagues and say that it was just his home. But I do doubt it. I do think they wouldn't want him to go and talk to anyone. Unfortunately, I must say that is all I saw on that fateful day.
Alright, so the teachers who did the mind wipe spell know the perpetrator. Important knowledge to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my current theory now stands. Wait. Oh, wait. What did you say about brothers?
That he was scared of, leaving his brother behind. The one person he cared about, right next to the person that he was talking to.
All right. Current standing theory: the murderer is Alan's older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna get answers. Obviously, this is gonna take a while. I know.
Of course.
Of course.
Like, I wish I could comment on this. I cannot, because if I say anything, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right, or yeah, that's not. You know?
It's fine. Okay. Okay.
I hate that. I want to be able to nerd about it because I love talking about it, but no.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that they were like close. That like the victim loved the killer. We knew that from Valentin. And
yeah,
so
I guess that was a bit of a failsafe on my part, like in case you guys did not go to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the new information is that the killer cared about a brother and had some I guess their condition probably came from experimenting with the blood magic. Probably. And they went with a bloom.
Mm.
Makes sense. With the spell they used. And the teachers who remember the incident know the perpetrator. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
It's very, very slowly coming together. Just bit by bit. We still have no fucking names.
That's the thing. I'm always so scared of like giving too much.
Like, we can piece together the plot, but like, what does it mean? We don't have any names. We don't know why it's still relevant, aside from, I don't know, Alan being obviously affected. For some reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, something about that incident is the reason that Alan was kept at the school, actually, aside from the money. probably.
Oh, are you starting to believe Augusta Tullis?
Oh. No, but no. I think
No,
their
she's a
story
bitch?
was bullshit. But it. The first year that Alan attended, someone died, and then he just was never promoted to the other year. Well, I mean, it's
Thanks to you guys, it changed.
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be like actually, like Augusta said that. Oh, if he graduates, something bad will happen. No, that's stupid. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the killer will come back for him or something. Who knows? What the? Whatever. We did the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Anyways, I think that's it. I think we're good.
I really love being ominous about this whole thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, everything I say is super fucking ominous, and I love that. Alright. The only thing the only things you guys have left, by the way, can I just remind, like, there's also, like, you guys do have, like, you know, the chitin and stuff like that, and you have, like, a couple things like that, yeah. But yeah.
The chitin? What?
Anyways. Yeah, I remember the piece of chitin that you find, you know, like the...
Oh, it's that weird word.
Yeah, the weird word.
The skin. Oh, I guess we could show that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess we
chitin.
can. Thanks for reminding
You
me.
can. Yeah, that's the thing, is that, you know, I tell you to, like, write it down, but it's just, like, I know that
Dagger
sometimes I
writes
will
shit
have to
down.
remind.
He's not here.
Like a
Also,
It's
I
like
got
a
this
visual
recorded.
novel. It's like a visual
is,
novel
kinda like-
where we're like, oh, I present my attorney's badge.
Yeah.
It's so that. I feel like we're playing Ace Attorney, except that I'm the guide.
Yeah. All right, let's present the chitin.
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Are you daft? You lose all your points. Declared guilty. Anyway. You do get out the chitin, because I told you to, because, you know, God compelled you, and you are a cleric, so that works. And, you know, eyes do sort of, you know, open up a little bit more and just... Oh, and you also found this in the siege moor. Seems very recent. That does not smell good. I hope you'll protect my cats if these things ever come close to them.
What is this from?
Oh, well, I suppose they try to not teach that part of history of Strixhaven, do they? These, well, are just some parts of the armor of creatures that are kind of arachnids, if you know what I mean. They are created to hunt Strixhaven, well, students, I suppose. They are often called mage hunters.
Mage hunter spiders? Bruh.
They are very strong, very agile. Well, let's just say that first year or second year students would not stand a chance. They could just kill them in maybe 1 or 2 stomps. It is very concerning that you found those. Have you alerted anyone?
Not really. It was close to the rune.
Ah, good then. Maybe it is good that you have not told anyone. You never know who you can trust and who you cannot. If this is something you found, then it must mean that the Auric is close.
Wait, the Yorick?
The Auric. The Auric Order.
Oh, Oh, those people. Right. The Eldritch Bomb people. Oh no.
I did notice what you were doing with the Eldritch Bone, and I must applaud you for it for protecting my sanctuary, although I am forced to stay here. It would have hurt me quite deeply if it had been destroyed, or if it had been repossessed by the Auric. But here, it seems that they are going with a different approach. One that is more direct. More bloody. If they are not stopped early, they might cause a bloodshed.
What is their goal?
Now,
Just generally.
oh, not aware, are you? Oh, it seems they do not teach students that well these days. Or maybe it is just, something that is willing, It is a willful ignorance, something that is done on purpose. Perhaps the Auric is going way deeper into the establishment of Strixhaven itself, then. I shall think about it later. But for now, the Auric itself has, it started with a goal of making magic more accessible to others, making education more accessible. As you may know, nowadays, Strixhaven is accessible only for people who are rich, who are well-known alumni, children's, and who have an innate potential for magic. It is not exactly a place for peasants or for people just wanting to learn more about magic. It is a place for nepotism.
Hey,
Oh,
Prob.
hi, Frosty.
Waiting,
Hi.
Lord dropped.
We're talking about the Auric and stuff.
Hi,
They're talking to
guys.
like a
Yay.
yay.
We're listening to
So,
an ominous.
yes.
We're listening to an ominous figure in a mirror hidden in a secret basement. Totally not sus at all.
Absolutely not sus. So not sus.
They are so sus.
I actually have not told Kai about this, so that's funny actually. Anyway. Yeah, so the Auric, yes. Like I said, their goal was just to democratize, magic to the masses. They were led by one strong man, Extra Sna. I would have, in another life, admired him if his path had not drenched it in blood. If his path had not been drenched in the blood of all the people that he had corrupted in its way. They're quite a ruthless group. They were ready to kill and just have everyone, just at their boots, and manipulate them just to achieve their ultimate goal. They attempted to destroy Strixhaven around 300 years ago. I suppose that you did hear about that attack on Strixhaven when the Blood Avatar was finally summoned. Director Taiva tried to intervene, but then, what a man. What a poor man. And, the Oracle also attempted to help by calling the dragons who did not come. Instead, the entirety of the school was saved by Professor Onyx and 2 plain walkers. The Kendricks twins. Now, they had been gone for years and years, but apparently not to that point. Apparently, they are still present. Perhaps drilling their way into Strixhaven itself. Maybe... Oh, that is quite concerning. Perhaps some of the faculty members themselves are Auric. And maybe even some of the students as well. It feels like they are worming their way into Strixhaven. A direct attack did not work. So now they're just trying to go underground. That is quite interesting and fascinating at the same time. I will have to ponder about that possibility. I have all the time in the world for that.
So just to catch up really quickly, the Oryx are kind of like a secret society, I suppose?
And they
Yes,
want to
quite.
destroy the
That's-
school?
Why?
Well, they think that the entirety of Strixhaven is preposterous, that they should be the ones to take over it, to, in a way, stop the corruption that is rampant in it. And possibly there is a jealousy for the power that the dragons once had. Perhaps they want to rebuild a new school that is accessible for all. Perhaps this whole thing is drenched in jealousy. Of course, I do not claim to understand them exactly, as I am myself not part of the Auric, and I do not exactly understand the whole goals. Though I will
Making the school accessible for all doesn't sound too bad, honestly.
But if they kill people along the way, it's not okay.
Oh, yeah, no, I 100% agree. This group needs to be stopped, but if that is their ultimate goal, then, you know what, I can kind of follow along. I mean, we just have to figure out a better way to do it.
It would be for the best. I do wonder how that would work.
Right.
I do remember years and years and years ago that it was not a vengeful movement. It was quite calm. Perhaps it was the repercussions of it. Perhaps it was the way that they were rebuked that pulled them to such extent. Well, my memories are quite blurry from that time. It was 300 years ago, after all.
Could also just be your, average riot. People get fed up with things and then they turn to violence. It's just how it goes.
Oh, yeah. I quite see what you mean. I hope I gave a satisfactory answers to all of this, but please beware. I am not the only part of the wall that has eyes around here. I can look at your back and make sure that you're not stabbed. However, I cannot promise much more. I am merely an observer. If you need more information... Yes. So if you need more information, please do come back. If you have cat food, that would be much appreciated. There's only so much I can do for these.
Right, why are the cats locked in the basement?
I needed company, apparently. At least that was what my, guardians thought. I think one or two cats decided to come along here some time ago. Just a couple stray cats. And then they multiplied. I don't really know where they are feeding themselves, or if they're just familiars who do not even need to eat to survive.
Is that where the students are going?
Huh?
Missing students. They get eaten by the cats.
No, they turn into the cats.
I thought you were implying they turn into the cats.
No, I was thinking they got eaten by the cats.
That's what happened! If you get Alan's bond paid, he becomes a cat in this basement!
That's sort of fucking god, guys. I just make shit up, and you guys are like, oh yeah, this is all connected. I just thought it was. I just thought it was quirky.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
We're joking, obviously.
Obviously. Obviously.
But yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Are we done now? I think we are. I think we're good.
I think we're done here.
I think we're good.
Thank you so much. If we do find any cat food, we'll definitely bring it down. Thank you so much for the chat.
You are quite welcome, and thank you for following here. I do know that my presence can be otherworldly and quite, well, fearful, fear-causing. I cannot do much to subdue this, unfortunately.
Lorus just kind of like pokes at her tentacles, like. Yeah, I think I'm all right with that.
Yes,
I
I see we are
I think I get it.
brethren. We are brethren when it comes to this. We cannot exactly fight our nature, but at least we can try to appear more friendly. And you are doing a fine job.
Well, I try to be as, kind and caring as I can.
Please do continue on that path and do not stray from it. You are doing a service to your kind.
Yeah, if only the rest of them would follow suit.
I quite agree. He, this spooky figure just kind of, steps back, in the depth of the mirror, and bows. And thank you for. Before you go, please, I would like to thank you for removing this top. Like I said, it is good to be able to speak once more, and to see for myself the light. I have been blind
no
for
problem.
too long.
No problem. No problem at all.
And I suppose that is that.
That's that.
Just that.
Goodbye, and then we leave.
And then we leave.
And then they leave.
'Cause the fuck else are we supposed to do?
Wait.
That's where the key would have been very useful, because you could have just put it in like any kind of lock, and you could have gotten out without having to get out, in the manor.
True. I didn't have the money yet, and I don't know. I want to give my pet a good place to sit.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It just means that you guys are gonna have to do a stealth check.
Hooray! Okay.
Isn't that beautiful?
Got this.
Oh, 10.
6.
That's okay. Oh, that's not okay.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Robolith!
Yeah, Robolith was still there. He just kept quiet in the background.
He's
just
a quiet
absorbing
boy.
all this. He's a very quiet boy. He just absorbed the entire, all of the informations, and just kept quiet the entire time. He's even more oddly quiet as it goes, but, it really seems like all of this is really deeply upsetting him in a way, but he's holding strong because he's a strong boy like that. He tries to open the door, but does it not very quietly. It's kind of difficult
bumps
to do.
open kind of ungently. It was good.
It's very ungently, honestly. Like, he
Just
nudges...
forgot we're
nudges
supposed to be stealthing.
Well, it's more that it takes a lot of strength to open it. Because of this, it takes, it makes a bit of a sound. Like a bit of a sound of a plate, it's kind of sliding.
Well, at that
You
point,
guys get out?
we should get out as fast as possible, so that I don't know, if someone's not already there to see, we can just go fast, and then maybe be able to just chill, leaning against it, nothing wrong.
Hey, by the way, guys, can someone do me a d20, please?
Don't
Just
trust
a
me.
20.
14.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys get out and you kind of like stumble out, and Revelith very quickly puts back the thing. And thank God it's no one is here. But that's because you guys spent a very long time down there, and it's already around 10 p.m. So the thing is pretty much closed. So you guys will need to basically, you can still get out normally because it's near 10 p.m., so it's not yet completely closed. But you're gonna have to be quick.
All right, we're going out. We're going back to our dorms, I guess.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get out.
I love your accent, Gracia. I love it so much, man.
It keeps sliding between like Irish, British, and Canadian.
Which
I
is so
love
fair.
that for you.
I mean, it's fantasy. Like,
it is fantasy.
Whatever.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's true.
it's more of a vibe.
So
I will say the Irish accent for Lorus actually did kind of factor into my decisions to make current, who the character prompt was make a character with a Scottish accent.
Nice.
And I realized I did not want to design a dwarf in a jacket.
Fair.
So fair. Alright, so you guys, Lorus, Grace, Antares, who is not here, but is here technically,
In spirit.
and Revelith, you are all like running towards the door. And thankfully it is still open, and you just kind of go there.
Gotta go.
And then you turn around, and you just see. Okay, I'm rolling myself to see how. Natural 20.
Oh dear.
You open basically, you see there, and then you see Sharp Beak with the keys in her hands as she was about to close it. Oh dear, what are you doing here? You are
Leaving.
very late, Oh, well, that sounds
I'm so
oddly
sorry.
unpleasant.
We lost track of time.
Ah,
I was a lot of planning. I have a new ice sculpture project that I'm working on.
oh, I think I did hear this. There was this lovely Strixhaven star little student. She did say that, so I stayed very far away from the portrait room for a very long time.
Yeah, right. We got a lot of work done. And you see she pulls out a notepad that she had prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
That is
Like,
very good.
She did not have time to make these during the thing, by the way.
Cool. So it's just like a prop that I have from before anything happened. Hell yeah.
Well, no, she opens it up and it's just like, all right, so you want proof that we weren't fucking around.
Yeah.
So she pulls out a notepad, starts flipping through it, and there's actually there's notes for an ice sculpture project in there.
The only lie is when she made the notes.
True.
Exactly. Oh, well, that's very lovely. I'm sure I will absolutely adore seeing those. Well, I was just going to go back home. Oh, well, I say back home, but it is just my office and everything. After that, I'll probably actually go back home. But, well, if you're here, do you want to just stop for a quick cup of tea before going back into your dorms? Of course, maybe I shouldn't. You probably are very tired after all of this studying.
If you're offering it, it'd feel a little rude to refuse. I'd be glad to have some tea with you any day, Miss Sharpbeak.
Thank you, Lorus. That is very nice to know. I always like to have some of my students over for tea, and it it just feels like this way I can just get closer to them as, a orientation, teacher. So, if you would,
Absolutely.
it's not very far from here. And so you have this very big owlin lady who just kind of, moves away, like over and everything. And if you want, you can follow her to the biblioplex to just have a cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm down. I don't know if the other people are gonna follow, but
Honestly,
yeah, why not?
since we have Raveleth with us, I, d- I don't think I will because yeah, I don't think my boy would like to have some tea with in a social situation.
He can probably fuck off. Honestly, he can probably fuck off
Yeah,
to
he
the
can
dorms.
probably fuck off on his own, but also like, I'm gonna stick with him.
If you don't want to, I guess I'll just break off here. Thank you so much for the session. It was wonderful.
You're welcome.
And they wave as they follow Sharpbeak.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking to me.
No, that was in character. That's why it was in the accent.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
I can switch back and forth now.
Yeah, that's why I was still confused. Yeah, he waves very slightly with like 2 fingers. All right. Yeah, the whole thing with Sharpbeak goes pretty well, like Sharpbeak is just, asking a couple questions like, oh, so how did you get into ice sculpting in the first place? All of these little questions to, get to know you, Just
Would
little
you like me to
things.
answer any of them?
If you want to answer them, you can.
I mean, if you want to ask them.
Does like Nebel, do you want to like have a bit of a do you want me to have a bit of a moment where like Gracia and stuff with like Sharpbeak content?
You can.
Okay.
Get some info dumping out of the way since Lorus is still new.
Yeah. So you guys are approaching like the big biblioplex, and she's just kind of joking about, oh yes, well, I'm very glad about all of this. I think some of my grandsons would actually really get into ice sculpting very soon. I think they really want to join Prismary, and well, I'm not very artistic, but I can recognize still, a little bit of a spark when I see it. Oh, please do enter. And she opens the door and kind of like, pushes you in very gently, with her gigantic wings. There you go. All right. And she prepares the tea and everything. So tell me, Laura, so how did it all start? How did you really get into ice sculpting? Oh, I'm just asking out of curiosity. You don't have to answer at all.
Oh no, I'd be more than happy. So when I was a child, I had these like icy powers, and so one day I was visited by a djinn who basically said, "I'm going to make you free from the Elder Brain, um, because you're a bit too powerful for that to have." And so I suppose that's when I started experimenting with my cryomancy abilities. And along the way, I just discovered the hobby was something that I could really put my creativity into and try my hand at. I guess finding myself. So I suppose it was a way to come to terms with a new life.
I see. A way to shape yourself into this new you, really. That is more, well, more, how do I say this? More of an identity.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
That sounds very interesting. I cannot even imagine what it must be like to live in a hive mind your entire life, only for it to just, you know, absolutely be stripped away and being yourself after that, to be completely kind of, it must feel kind of alone right away.
I mean, a little, but I wasn't opposed to it. I kind of got used to it. I live in a cabin next to the woods, right nearby a creek. It's actually really nice. Often make
Mhm.
tea and coffee there.
Oh yes, I see. Some of my well, most of my family lives in the city, but I do remember my tender days as a child when I was on the countryside near the rivers and everything. That does bring a tear to an old eye. She like puts she puts the teacups in front. Would you like any sugar or anything? I do have a wide
Um,
variety of those.
I, I'll put a little bit of sugar in.
All right. And she puts
She
a
like
little
places
cup.
one cube.
Ah, there we go. I always really like to have people, like I said, to have people take some tea with me. Because I truly do believe that the way that people drink their tea, what they choose to drink, that they choose the way if they add milk or if they add really anything to it, I think it says a lot about their personality. If they decide to drink it hot, if they decide to wait until it's cold or mild, it's always something that means something. Maybe it
I,
is just silly, but I
I
suppose.
absolutely agree. It
Hmm.
definitely seems interesting trying to decipher a personality based on the way that they drink their tea. Um, I mean, I
Hmm.
suppose in my case, it's not really a surprise that I enjoy iced beverages more than others. But
Of course, yes, I understand. Well, if you would like ice, I can possibly make it possible for you, but
oh no, it's all right. Um, I like all sorts of teas, so
well, you would probably really like your place. At the Fire Jolt. Although I do believe we've seen you there quite often. I do believe that.
I've become a bit of a regular.
Yes, I do think I might have seen you like just out of the window. I did also hear that you also gave advice to new students about what kind of beverages would be best for them. I guess in a certain way we're not so different in this love for beverages and the way they actually influence the way that personality really kind of tells what beverages people would be drawn towards.
I mean, it's an interesting topic. Trying to decipher different flavors into different drinks. It's um,
Hmm.
it's definitely an interesting science.
It is. It is. Ah, well, if you are ever interested in joining the uh, Eldritch Chef Club, just know that it is something that just opened apparently just this year. I think it is. Oh yes, the Tenor Blarg. Yes, the orc that is taking that is manning the Bows End Tavern. Yes, he just opened this one. It's There are already quite a lot of students that are interested in cooking and such. So if you are ever interested, although I do know that you are already in the fine artist society.
Yeah, I might check that out. Depending on how much time I have this semester.
Yes, of course. Well, always take care of that during your first years because once you get to your final years, oh my, it can be quite tiring. You,
Ah,
you
I can
can
only
you
imagine.
can take it from me. Yes, I used to be an alumni here, which is why I started teaching here. Although, unfortunately, I never made it to be a full-blown teacher. I I must not be that good at magic, unfortunately. And old age has not helped that. But at least I'm
I'm so
here for the
sorry, Miss
student.
Sharpie.
Hmm. It, maybe I really like my position. Actually, I do believe I do believe that maybe it would be better if I had more power, technically, because then I would be able to help more students. Unfortunately, well, here we are. But I can still help from my scale. I can still, lend an ear, and go and get all those students under my watchful wing. I suppose figuratively and literally, that both work. Then, whenever someone
Ooh,
tells me something, it never escapes my beak.
ooh, something feels uneasy here.
What do
It's
you mean?
No, no, God,
well,
please, please. I know nothing about this woman, but I'm just sitting here, just like, oh God, she's evil, ain't she? She just
there's
keeps saying stuff.
it's
She keeps saying things. She's got a lot of red flags. Maybe she's just old. Maybe it's just like old person syndrome. But also like,
She's an old person, yes.
yeah, no,
yeah.
literally, fucking she's like, oh, I wish I had more power. Right after we have a conversation about like, oh yeah, no, there's this evil group who wants power.
I always love bringing students to my room so I can learn so much about them. I want to learn
Yeah,
everything about my student. Like,
I think it's mostly just me who like misphrased it, honestly. But yeah,
So
I get it.
Sharpbeak is not evil.
I don't know, and maybe.
Don't you fucking dare.
I don't know,
Sorry,
man.
God Owl. Owl, this tea is poisoned.
Nah, no, genuinely,
This
it's a good tea. This is like
okay.
some of the best tea you've ever tasted in your life. Like it is like, you don't know what, maternal warmth
Mm.
feels like, but that's kind of what it is. Like it feels like you're getting tea at your grandmother's house, even though you don't have a grandmother.
What's
So
this? I'm getting a hint of. Hmm. Is that the blood of an innocent child?
the tea smells like
Oh, I would never dare. No, no, no. No, it is merely a bit of chamomile in there. It's just a
Joking,
hint of it.
joking, please.
Honestly, I mean, you're an illithid. Honestly, like she would not be
No,
deterred by it. She would be like, "Oh, that's a joke."
I was joking, please. There was no accent on that.
Okay, no problem.
It was out of character, I promise.
Mhm.
God, the last thing I want to do is fucking insult Sharkpeak on accident.
Yeah, she's nice. She's nice.
She's so
So
nice.
yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of her role, since she's like, she's like a counselor for like, she's an orientations counselor and everything. So like, she wants to make students feel welcome.
Yep. Campus just wouldn't be the same without you.
Aw, thank you. Well, I really take that to heart. It's ah well. I really think that my students for this. Honestly, I think that it feels like a bit of a big family, Like whenever I see my students, including you, well, every time I just see them grow up like they're my own children in a certain way. You know, it's it always feels like whenever they graduate, I just see them go and fly with their own wings, just get out of the nest. And then, well, sometimes I don't see them again, but sometimes they do come back, and then they start becoming professors here. And it's beautiful, and sometimes there are alumni that just come here to go and tell a lesson or two, and they're here to bring more flavor into this school. And it feels like I accomplished something because I was the one to orient them towards this career. Maybe make their journey a bit easier. That is what I mean with, it is nice, the position I have. I just wish it didn't have as much paperwork.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it's... you would believe that the Silver Quill Dean would be the one to do all of the work. But no, he's not the one to do all of the paperwork. No, I am. He just, kind of throws it to me. I swear. Between that and his kid, it just... I can't believe he aspires to be director. After this, I will need a really big break. Maybe one day I should retire.
Well, if you ever need a bit of relaxation, I think after this IOUT now.
Aw, thank you. That's adorable. Then I will look forward to our next tea. Please do come back here or wherever you want to have a said tea, and we can have more of a conversation. I think it was honestly a very, very, very how do I say this? It was just a very charming conversation. We're very lovely. Thank you very much. And
thank you.
And I should not keep you much more. It's already... It's so late. It's almost going to be 11 p.m. Oh, please, please do come back to your dorm. And then she just, scribbles something on the paper. If you have a professor that stops you, that says that you should not be here or something, just show them this paper so that they know that you were with me and that you were not just, around campus at night. All right?
Right, will do. Thank you so much, Miss Sharpeak.
You're very welcome. Please do come back. Thank you.
And then they leave.
They leave, and Sharpie just kind of waves away with like a, well, I guess a kind smile on her face, but like the smile kind of hard to see really because beak.
Yeah.
Owl person.
I get that. I feel like illicit smiles are also very hard to see.
Yeah, exactly. It's all with
tentacles.
the eyes. It's all with the eyes for both of their smiles. So they get each other,
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we might be able to stop there unless there is anything else you guys want to do.
There's nothing I wanted to do. I don't know if Nebel wanted to do anything with Ravelith in the dorm. But that comes to a close on Lorus for today. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was really cool, and we had a bit of Lorus lore, and I like just having small interactions like that. It's cute.
Oh, what are they doing in the dorm? Bullying minorities online.
Exactly.
Well, in that case, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be it. Yeah. Okay, just sorry, I was typing something. Just typing things so that I don't freaking forget about those. Anyway. So... Yeah, did Nebel write anything about something that she wanted to do or something? Because I didn't really see.
Nope. Nebel just said that they're chilling in the dorm mostly silently.
The creep factor. Oh, I'm so happy that the creep factor worked. You know how many notes I had? I had a page. That's it. I think I really
Nice.
like. Yeah, I think I really, really like. RPing classes. Like, RPing classes is really fun when you know kind of what the elements are going to be in there. Oh yeah, the Antares lore. Let's go, the Antares lore. I was wondering what I wanted to do for this, and then I actually talked to some people
What
on a...
what
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
what is the Antares lore? Because I didn't really
Okay.
catch it.
Okay, basically, Antares wished upon a star to basically get powers, and she somehow
Correct.
did, but she doesn't know doesn't know who her patron is. And
Correct.
basically the theory from there is that her patron actually was a celestial that was dying, a dying
Okay.
you know. And since she was the only person who, at this very moment, believed in her, she latched all her powers onto Antares and kind of died. So basically, currently, Antares has like the remnants of this deity inside of her. So basically, she is the deity without being the deity, but like, it's, it has like one fragment
He
of
is
the
the
power.
vessel.
Yeah, the vessel for it. Yeah. Like,
Okay, that's nice.
yeah, so that's why like the person was like, yeah, well, deep inside of you the name and everything, because yeah, technically the spirit is there.
I would like to at this point say that I think that this also hints towards this could also point towards a potential post school spelljammer style. What the fuck just fell? My stapler. A post school spelljammer space adventure type campaign set in Antares' home setting. Because imagine that Antares currently is like hosting the deity. What if the last remnants of the deity actually die? So she loses her powers, and that's an excuse as to why Antares isn't level whatever we end school on.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll have to see about that. I'll need to learn a bit of Spelljammer if we ever do that.
Oh yeah, no. I think it would be a really like fun idea if like Strixhaven either one evolved into a bunch of separate campaigns that we all DM, or two, an ongoing series of going through modules or like pre-written settings. Get the get the school extended universe. Yeah, no. So I guess I have ideas. So
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why my Discord just crashed.
that's fine. I was just saying I think it would be an interesting idea to either one, develop into like each one of the players DMs a Strixhaven campaign. Or two, it turns into like a series of going through modules and pre-written like settings. So that way it kind of like becomes its own universe.
I would love doing that actually, because I like going through the book, like going through modules. I actually really
Yeah.
like that because I can just like pick what I like and then just be like, nah, fuck the lore, and just do my own thing. And sometimes you will not even know what is canon and what is not canon.
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of why I was like, oh, let's do Spelljammer, because one, it just came out, and two, it provides a direct link from one of the characters. And then, once that is done, we can move on to what if one of the other characters has a link to one of the other books?
Yeah, I see what you mean. That's interesting. That is very interesting.
That could
think one day
honestly, yeah, that could actually be a really good setup for Curse of Strahd as well.
Yeah, I wanted to say that because I want to play Curse of Strahd. I think I want to DM Curse of Strahd because I want to really DM like a horror setting, honestly. Because fuck, I love horror, man.
Look, Halloween is coming up.
It is, but I don't have the book, and I don't like having the books like you know the numeric version, like the digital versions. I don't like that.
Okay.
Like it's
That's
just.
fair.
So one day I'll buy the collector edition so that I have like also the cards and everything. But like it costs like $90. It's so expensive. I say as I spent like $60 or $70 on like Pokemon content just yesterday.
Hey, that was valid. Don't you diss on that.
Wait, what'd you spend money on?
Pokemon content. It's the thing I posted in like